Oh, good morning. Good morning. How are you? I hope you're fine. I hope you're good.
Let's kick it.
Let's kick it. Sean Salisbury joins us later today. I forgot to even write it down, by the way. Come on,
I'm
Dave.
guessing he's at 8:12.
Yeah, I think he is. Hello, Chris Rillard. Chris here, almost every day. He'll be gone tomorrow. He'll be gone Friday. Still not over that. Jay Johnson in tomorrow. Or it'll be sleepy Jay Johnson, which I don't blame him for. It's tough to come in and cover odd day and mornings. Usually it takes you 2 to 3 days just to catch up and figure it out. But Jay will be in. I enjoy working with Jay. That'll be tomorrow. And then, old Nate Littlefield. He'll be in Friday and be in charge of Friday Fun and Games. I assure you, Friday's show will be with both Chris and Jason Ross out. It'll be off the rails completely. Sometimes those are great. So make sure you tune in there.
I would say that Nate's biggest weakness is reading the room. Does that make sense?
It makes all the sense in the world. All the sense in the world. Nate is the guy that will get the giggle fit at the funeral. And he doesn't mean it. He's a good guy. He just sometimes will make the comment or say the thing. Like, you'll do that sometimes where, like, we'll be doing something and you'll just drop something. And it's like, oh.
But I'm looking for that reaction.
That's exactly, you know exactly what you're doing when you do. You know exactly what you're doing, and more to the point, you know exactly who you're doing it to. And I can respect that. Nate's like my dog yesterday. Like, he's a good dog, Gus is, the French bulldog, but he's also a prissy dog. And when it rains, Gus doesn't like to go outside. He just won't do it. He will not do it. Does not like to go outside. He looks outside. We go on, boy, go outside. And he just looks at us like, I will not go outside. So we had not 1, 2, 3. I don't even know how this is possible. We had 4 poops in various parts of the house. I'll give him credit for this. He doesn't.
They were happy.
They were very smiley. He knows well enough. Like, 2 of them were in bathrooms. One was in the kitchen, and then one was like by the piano in our living room by our tree. Like, he doesn't go on the carpet, which I guess I can appreciate him for that. But he's just that's a respectable job. Yeah. Thank you. You know, I don't know. We've never had a prissy dog before. This is my wife's dog. He is a prissy dog, and I don't know what to do about that, Chris, other than just make the kid. That's one great thing about kids is you can make them do all the stuff you don't want to do. So it's become their thing. What else do I have for you today? I'm spacing. I know you saw Beverly Hills Cop yesterday. We're gonna have to. Well, maybe we don't. You know, when you sent me the mayor of New York's comments yesterday, I just seen that. I continually do not understand how people that part of their job is communicating and talking for a living somehow make it into politics. That
the
is
biggest softball
ever in the world. And what's his name? Eric Adams, I think. Just the mayor of New York absolutely fumbles the ball on that one. There's a lot of things that happen. This is part of the frustration of being a show host in today's day and age, because 10 years ago, I can promise you that half of this show would have probably been spent on competing football teams based on race. And if you don't know what I'm speaking of, Chris, you can turn your mic off at this point.
With pleasure.
Thank you. Rashard Mendenhall, the ex running back for a couple different teams. Unfortunately for him, probably most known for fumbling in the Super Bowl. He put out a tweet yesterday. It was one of those. He wasn't big on the media and what the media was saying. about football specifically. So he tweeted out, and I'm quoting his tweet here, "I'm sick of average white guys commenting on football. Y'all not even good at football. Could we please replace the Pro Bowl with an all-black versus all-white bowl so these cats can stop trying to teach me who's good at football? I'm better than your GOAT." Well, let's just, first off, let's look at the last sentence. Anyone who's ever made it to a professional sport, I'm in awe of. I don't care if you're there for a cup of coffee or, like Rashad, you played in a Super Bowl. If you make it there, you're in the top half of a percent, whatever.
If you made it,
yeah,
that person that's on the last roster spot is better than almost everyone you went to high school with.
Wait,
like
what?
Monstrously better.
Yeah, I was gonna say like infinitely better. Like I wish everybody could have the experience that some of us have had, where in younger days, when I would be at Kings practices and be around more, you would see, like, I don't care who it was on the Kings roster. I don't care how bad the roster was, and I don't care how bad the player was. You would see these players up close in practice and going through drills and all that. And you'd go, they could step on any court in the country that was not an NBA court and just drop 50 on someone. Like, it's ridiculous, the difference between an NBA player and just simply like a high school, college player, much less the local guy at your YMCA gym, whatever. So anyways, I want to start by tipping my hat to Rashard Mendenhall. Like, hey, dude, I got you. And I have all the respect in the world for his career, because he's been spending the last day getting a bunch of crap about how trash he was as an NFL player. The problem is with stuff like that is that, and some of you may have seen that there are a couple of different shows that actually took that topic on, because when I hear that, here's what I hear. I hear something like that, and instantly, doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter what the matchup is, black versus white, fruit versus vegetable, dog versus cat, it doesn't matter what the matchup is. I instantly want to make rosters, and I want to put a Vegas line on it. Like, I'm the same guy that it doesn't matter how serious the subject is. I had like a 4-hour conversation with my buddies once. It was an election a few years ago. And this is one of my buddies is always like, Civil War is happening. We're going to have a civil war. He's one of those guys. Civil war. And we ended up having a 4-hour conversation. I'm like, okay, well, where does Vegas lay the odds on that one? Let's lay it out. Here's this side. Here's this side. Who's the favorite going in? And you break it down. We're trained in this business to break things down in a sports environment and try to decide what is a team's strengths, weaknesses, and who would be the Vegas favorite. I don't trust myself, nor do I trust any of you, to have a conversation like that where it can simply be, no pun intended, black and white statistics and numbers and which team would win, because it will inevitably trail into something that is divisive and terrible and all that. I will just say, here's my top line on the topic, so I don't have to address it later. In the privacy of my own home, I made rosters. They're probably not the exact rosters that y'all might have, but I made rosters. I did, just as an exercise. And I came to the following conclusion. The top line is this. Team Caucasity in a lot of trouble in the secondary. That's a bottom line, man. Cornerback, safety, I don't have an answer for you there. And I think the other team, their main issue would be kicking. The kicking game, punter, kicker. I came to the conclusion probably going for 2 points every touchdown. But I don't know what happens in punting. But I do know, like, the guy with Dallas that came in, the soccer player, that might actually be something you could just pick up off the couch. Find a soccer player or somebody, pay him a bunch of money. Just all you have to do is come in and punt. You don't even have to kick a field goal and be accurate. You just have to grab the foot. Go down to Australian rules. I'm pretty sure, I will put it this way. I guarantee you that Team Caucasian would have a more difficult time finding safeties and cornerbacks than the other team would have in finding a punter. I think you could go to like Australian rules football and grab like their best kicker and give them, $1 million and find a kicker. That's my top line. That's it. I don't know. I will tell you this, in the last, I think, 3 or 4 months, and this is where you know that people are looking for content. In the last 3 or 4 months, we have had, what was it that Ding Dong brought up? It was what would the odds be for the Las Vegas Aces versus, I think it was like a championship high school team of boys. So we've had that, and now this has developed into the all black versus all white game that everybody's taking off with. And in both contexts, I feel a responsibility to bring them up because the entire sports world is talking about them, and at the same time say, yeah, even though I just spent 7 minutes talking about it on the periphery, don't really want to dive into that one just because it's just not going to end well. Also, though, trying to think. Sorry, because then I sit and I go, if I had a choice between watching either game, which one would I want to watch more? And then I come down to the whole thing, which is at the root of his tweet. Let's throw the fun stuff aside. The which roster would win, blah, blah, blah. It's the old, you can't, there are people out there that don't think that me or Chris or a number of people in media should be able to comment on sports and on professional athletes if we didn't play. And I always felt like it was a very divisively fun conversation to have. And I've always kind of thought the same thing. Look, if you played sports, in many ways, you're going to have insights that I could never have. If you played professional sports, because we've all played, dumb high school sports, whatever. Like Katie, for example. Katie never played in the NBA. She never played in the NFL. But she played a professional sport. She played professional basketball. And sure, there are differences, many differences between the WNBA and what they go through and the NBA and what they go through. But the bottom line is they are paid to play a game. There are locker rooms filled with different cliques and different personalities and attitudes. There's travel, life on the road, stuff like that. Katie's qualified to speak on that stuff far more than I. And I think that's where we get lost. I think anybody can analyze sports. And when I say anybody, I should correct that. I think anybody who puts the time to study in and learns is capable of successfully analyzing sports.
I think that's a big key, because then you get these lazy takes of, he's a choke artist, he's lazy, he doesn't do this. And it's just like, you have no idea what's going on. What are you talking about?
You remember Nate Goodyear?
Yes.
And Nate and I, one of my favorite on-air arguments, because it really, it never almost came to blows or anything, but boy, were we screaming at each other. And I'm not trying to pick on Nate here. He was young. Was Nate firmly believed that the concept of pressure in sports was non-existent, and that an out in the ninth inning of a 3-2 game is the same as an out in the second inning of a 0-0 or a 5-0 game, that an out is an out is an out, and that pressure itself is a construct. And I absolutely couldn't. I understand. Nate was very analytical. And I said, I understand on the surface what you're saying. An out in the second inning is an out in the ninth. That's true. You'll get more runs for an out here or there. But there's a difference when you come in and the guy behind you just went 7 innings of shutout ball and your team's up 1-0 in a pennant race, and it is up to you to face these 3 batters. I'm sorry, but that is a different situation pressure-wise, and people make mistakes when pressure comes in. And he absolutely could not buy that. It's a media construct. And Chris, I think I've told you this before, maybe I haven't. He got me so pissed off.
You?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, baiting me into something. He got me so pissed off. Wow, we're late. I finally said to him, dude, are you familiar with the game Operation? You remember the game Operation? You pull the little bone out of the thing, and if you hit it, bang! I said, all right. I'm going to come over tomorrow, and I'm going to bring the game of Operation, and you and I are going to sit around and have a couple beers, and I want you to play like 5 games of Operation. See how many times you make the red nose go, okay? Then the following week, I'm going to come over, because he was a cat guy, shockingly, and I said, I think his cat's name was Morris or Moses or something. I said, I'm going to grab Moses, the kitty. I'm going to put a gun in its mouth.
Why did you just say for $500?
No, real pressure, baby. I'm going to put a gun in Kitty's mouth, and I'm going to sit there and stare at you and make eye contact the whole time. And if that red nose buzzes, Moses is going to have a big red nose too, but for a completely different reason, right? You tell me what pressure does or doesn't exist at that point. Pressure is a real thing. So you can go too far analytically and statistics only. And I think you can also go too far anecdotally. The eye test. I played the game. This isn't it. That's why I think it's a good marriage. Here's the answer to everything as we go to break. I think a wonderful marriage is media nerds who never played the game that look at the analytic and the 50,000 feet. Athletes that did play the game that could provide not just anecdotal evidence, but real actual analysis, being on the ground, having been in that locker room. And that's my rant on everything. We'll take a break. Remember, Jason's gone this week, even though he's still working Kings games. He will be back next week. No show next Monday or Tuesday for the Christmas holiday. We'll be back Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, as well as Chris Verlot. It's myself. We'll lead it off next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sacktown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sacktown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
This holiday season, Good Guys Heating and Cooling is turning up the warmth and spreading joy with our Toys for Tune-Ups promotion. Schedule your tune-up or troubleshooting appointment, and with a donation of a new unwrapped toy at the time of your service, we'll waive the fee. It's our way of giving back and making a difference in the lives of local children who might not have the Christmas that every child deserves. All toys will benefit Children's Hope, a wonderful local foster charity right here in Sacramento. Call Good Guys Heating and Cooling at 530-GOOD-AIR to schedule your appointment, or book online at goodguysheatingcooling.com. Happy holidays from the Good Guys family. License number 1057-618.
Hey, it's Juice and Mo. Make this Christmas unforgettable by shopping at our friends Sharif Jewelers.
Do you even remember what you got last Christmas?
No.
Well, you got to make this one memorable.
Okay.
Make sure to go into Sharif Jewelers. You can get diamond studs, tennis bracelets. There's so many classic, timeless pieces that can be worn every single day, available in both lab-grown and natural mined.
In so many different price points. So don't go anywhere else this holiday season. Support a local, family-owned business rooted in Sacramento for 30 years. Sharif Jewelers.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Let's do it. Leading off, the three top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number one.
Inbounds to Sabonis, backdoor cut. Keegan, that's too easy. Oh, my. And is that the triple-double? Yes, it is. Sabonis with his 10th assist. Triple-double number 3 on the season. 28 points, 13 boards, 10 assists.
Hey, break up those Sacramento Kings, why don't you? 143-131 in a game that I'm confident in saying it was not that close. I actually wanted Mike Brown to empty the bench in like the third quarter. Just let him go. You got Boston coming in tomorrow, and then a back-to-back Phoenix and Minnesota Friday and Saturday with De'Aaron coming back and looking great from the shoulder injury. He did not like that kinesi tape or whatever the heck that was, the stuff that was on his shoulder. He ripped it out, I think, middle of the first quarter. But, hey, 30 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and 3 steals to go with a block. And maybe most impressively with that usage, 1 turnover, 4 missed free throws, though. He had 4 of the Kings' 6 missed free throws, and I'm sure he is as frustrated, more frustrated, I should say, than anyone else for that. I'm just nitpicking, though. Keegan Murray follows up his 47-point performance with a 25-point performance. That is, what, 60, 40? No, it's 72 points. 72 points over 2 games. That is a 36-point average. I'll take that all day long. Harrison Barnes, how about him with 19? Herter with 11. And Sabonis, 28, 13, 12. And as De'Aaron's wife, Rasay, tweeted shortly after the game, let's not take him for granted. The fact that he's able to do this game in and game out, and flirt seemingly every game with a triple-double. The third most triple-doubles in the league behind Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic. It's just an absolute pleasure on 11 of 16 shooting to watch him play each and every night. He also threw in a block and just 2 turnovers. Again, wildly impressive for somebody that handles the ball so much. Kings actually 7 turnovers total on the night. And we're going to talk even more about Keegan Murray today as well, the trade deadline and what the Sacramento Kings do and don't need to do. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Block from the shotgun. JSN is wide to the far side. Drew looks, throws that way. Got JSN. He reaches up. Makes the catch. Touchdown. Seahawks. Holy catfish. What a throw by Drew Lock. What an over-the-shoulder catch by Jackson Smith and Jigba. 29 yards out. His 3rd touchdown reception. And with 28 seconds left, the Seahawks lead 19-17.
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles were 10-1 going into their game with the San Francisco 49ers. And apparently the 49ers just absolutely broke them, as they have now lost 3 in a row. The Eagles are 10-4. The Eagles are tied at the top of the division with the Dallas Cowboys. And what that means for the San Francisco 49ers is pretty darn simple. Because they have the tiebreaker over both the Eagles and the Cowboys, they are in fact, let me see here. You know, the one thing I don't know before I say this is what the deal. I don't know that they have the tiebreaker with Detroit is the problem. Because I was going to say, they, in fact, have over the Eagles and Cowboys a 2-game lead. And what I mean by that is they have a 1-game lead in reality, but they also own the tiebreaker. So that would give you a 2-game lead with 3 to go. Here's the problem. I don't know if they have what the tiebreaker would be with Detroit. I'm going to have to take a look at that. Chris, if you can find that at some point, let me know. What would the tiebreaker be? Is it conference record between the Niners and Lions? Because I know they don't have, they haven't played each other this year. If we look at conference record, the Lions are 6-3. The Niners are 9-1.
Yeah, it's a conference.
Is it conference? Okay, well then there you go. Let's see. The Niners have 2 more games left in conference, so they could conceivably against the Rams. What do they have? They have the Ravens, the Rams. Who else do they have? Not the Cardinals, right? The Ravens. Let me look here real quick. Come on, David. Oh, the Commanders. So they have the Rams and the Commanders left in conference. That's 2 more. They could conceivably finish with 3 conference losses. And Detroit then would have to, what do they have remaining in conference? They have all remaining in conference. Vikings, Cowboys, Vikings. I would say this. The Niners have an effective, basically, sort of, kind of, 2-game lead with 3 left. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today as well. And whether or not, if that's the way everything shakes out, if the Niners should start looking at sitting players heading into the playoffs. That's always a very tough question to answer. Do you save up for health or do you risk being rusty? We'll talk about that today as well. Niners at 9. And of course, Sean Salisbury joins us at 8:13. Meanwhile, cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Here comes Harden into the front court. Dancing, double team coming. He dribbles away. Near wing, another 3. Yes! And the foul! James Harden is on fire! Numero uno is perfecto!
The LA Clippers are now the 6th seed in the West. They're 16-10. They have won 8 in a row. They have won 9 of 10. And I put them in leading off for a couple of different reasons, mainly not a ton of stuff going on, but also the fact of the matter is they lost to the Golden State Warriors in San Francisco, 121-14. That was on November 30th, and they fell to 8-10. You may remember after acquiring James Harden, they had a 6-game losing streak. back in the early part of November. But since November 30th, the Clippers have not lost. Sacramento Kings fans are very aware of that, being that they were one of those losses, and that was on the road in LA when Sacramento lost by 20. And just before that streak started, the Clippers also beat the Kings on their home floor. You'll remember after that Warriors game. The Clippers, and I always believe it's very, very, you have to be fair in this business. Well, you don't have to, but you should. Not a fan of the Clippers, very much not a fan of James Harden. I think it still comes down to health with that team, but there are no bones about it. The Clippers, with Harden and George and Kawhi Leonard at full strength, with Russell Westbrook moving to the bench, and with the right role players, guys like Zubac and Terrence Mann and Norman Powell and Daniel Tice, and I mean they are a team to be reckoned with, and I just want to make sure they're on everyone's radar right now. We're all looking at the small market resurgence, which I love. The fact of the matter is the top 4 teams in the Western Conference are Minnesota, Oklahoma, Denver, and Sacramento, so small and mid-small. Throw the Pelicans in there at number 7. You got some pretty good small market representation. But let's not sleep on the Clippers. This is an incredibly dangerous and scary team if they're able to keep it all together. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's look back at last night. Kings, Wizards, the victory that was closer than we thought maybe. How would Keegan Murray follow up his performance, the return of De'Aaron Fox, and a lot of other stuff to get to. So we'll talk about that. We've got highlights and post-game for you as well. In the meantime, I want to talk to you. You know, the Kings in the fourth quarter yesterday, it seemed like they were trying to give away this win. Well, my friends at American Energy are trying to give away an HVAC system. That's pretty much the same thing. Hello, everybody. Carmichael Dave here, and I want to talk to you about my friends at American Energy Heating and Air, serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981 with an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. The number one priority has always been to make sure you and your family are comfortable in your home for the holidays. And that's why they're giving away a free whole home HVAC system to one lucky family in the greater Sacramento area. So if you or you know a family in need of being comfortable this winter and summer, enter for your chance to win. The American Energy Comfort Giveaway is at theaeway.com. That's the AE, American Energy Way.com. For official contest rules, you can also go to theaeway.com. American Energy Heating and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a break, quick 2 minutes. When we come back, Kings, Wizards, we got the audio for you next.
The push for the NFC's top seed continues on Christmas as the 49ers host the Baltimore Ravens.
Purdy throws for the end zone. It is caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
The 49ers look to extend their win streak to 7 in a row as they host Lamar Jackson and the Ravens on Christmas night. Game time at 5:15 on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports and sacktownsports.com.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. The winter months bring joy, but also with more rain and snow, unfortunately, more accidents. Over the last quarter century, thousands of Northern California residents have looked to Ashton & Price to be their Rudolph with a law license to guide them through the storm of an injury claim. As always, we wish you and your family the safest and happiest of holidays. But if you need us, at Ashton & Price, we're here for you. So whether you've been naughty or nice, happiest holidays from Ashton & Price.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind, and that's okay. Because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. As the region's largest sewer utility, we own and maintain thousands of miles of sewer pipe. And our job is to get to your sewer problem before it interrupts your life. So whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night. The Sacramento Area Sewer District. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health Sacramento can help you address the root causes of weight gain, low energy, poor drive, and performance issues. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, we'll give you a free T-check and free exam at Revive Sacramento. Imagine upping your game, losing weight, and getting in shape all at once. Revive can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications, like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. Weight gain and low T are treatable conditions. We know we can help you. Take that first step and book today. You're only one step away from getting in the best shape of your life. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown
Sabonis for the rebound.
Sports.
He weaves his way up the floor, stops at the free throw line and gives to Fox. Fox with a left-hand dribble, curls to the left, gets in the paint, throws the bullet to the near corner. Keegan passes on a three, drives to the lane, kicks it out to Herter. He knocks down the triple. The extra pass paying off, and a 9-3 start for Sacramento. Sabonis now working against Gafford, digs into the paint, rolls with the right hand, and he's got another one. Sabonis now has 6 points on 3 of 5 from the floor. 19-15 in favor of the Wizards. Here's to Keegan. Keegan now, let's see if he's going to post him. He drives inside, uses the off arm, bullies his way in there, scores, and he is fouled. How about Keegan Murray, J. Ross, with the power move in the low post? Inbounds to Fox, driving, going to try to create. He's fouled, he scores, 0.5 of a second to go. 46 points in the quarter for Sacramento. That's a number that you don't reach very often. Inbounds to Sabonis, backdoor cut. Keegan, that's too easy. Oh, my. And is that the triple-double? Yes, it is. Sabonis with his 10th assist. Triple-double number 3 on the season. 28 points, 13 boards, 10 assists. Lead pass, Sabonis kicks to the corner. Keegan with a triple. To Davion on the right side of the floor. Are you going to take the violation or drive it? He drives it, pulls up, and he scores it. Right again at the end of the possession. 143-131. 10 seconds left in this one. Sacramento Kings about to keep this homestand clean. Got a 3-point shot to beat the buzzer. It's no good. The horn sounds, and Sacramento is victorious for a 7th time in their last 9 matchups against the Washington Wizards. Kings improved their record to 16-9, and with that, through 25 games this season, they have their best 25-game record in 19 years. They win it by 12, 143-131.
19 years. Wow. G-Man on the call. Excellent as always. 143-131, as he said. 16-9. The difference, first up, between this year and last year right away is the Kings are taking care of their home court. They say you make home court impossible to play out for other teams. You go 500-ish on the road. That's the recipe to win 50-plus games. The Kings are 16-9 and 10-3 at home. And for a team that was, I believe, tied for the best record in the NBA last year on the road, I think it was with Milwaukee, if I remember correctly, they are 6-6 on the road. That being said, one thing that people might find interesting, depending on the metric you look at, I was looking at 2 different ones. The Kings are 16-9. They have played, again, 25 games. And their winning percentage is .640. So they're winning 64% of their games. That puts them on pace to win just over 52, somewhere between 52 and 53 games, which would be an improvement. However, You also have De'Aaron Fox having missed multiple games, who is your team's best player. And you have a couple other injuries that have been sprinkled around, Trey Lyles, of course, being one of note. And the Kings are 16-9 with, again, depending on the metric you look at, either the third or fourth toughest strength of schedule to date in the NBA. Now, they're going to have a tough strength of schedule throughout the year because they, A, play in the Western Conference and B, play in the Pacific Division. Both a strong conference and a strong division. As of right now, there is one team that is below 500 in the Pacific Division, and that's the Golden State Warriors. And you wonder if that's going to, I have the distinct impression the Warriors will be above 500 by the end of the year. Everybody else, the Suns, second worst, 14-12. So you have a team that has, albeit injured, a Bradley Beal, a Kevin Durant, a Devin Booker, and they're currently in fourth place in the Pacific behind the 15-12 Lakers. The Kings are in first place in the Pacific, but just a half a game ahead of the storming Los Angeles Clippers. So important to keep that in mind, I think. Not just where the Kings are at, not just that they're off to a better start than they did last year, and a lot of that was because they started 0-4 last year as well, which I oftentimes will go back to. It is kind of interesting. Do any of you, does it seem to you, I know exactly where I was, for example, for that Orlando game. And I'm talking about the Orlando game that was, I believe, game 8. And that was where De'Aaron Fox scored that crazy game winner. I remember being in Portland. It was raining. I'm watching it.
Ready now for the second one. Wastes absolutely no time, and he hits them both. It's 123-121, 11.7 to go. Inbounds to Monk. He's squeezed in the corner, and the Kings turn it over. Two-hand flush thrown down by Chuma Okeke, and a ball that skipped off their hands on the inbounds. Fox comes up the floor, 2 seconds. Here's a 35-footer for the win. He's got the bucket in an unbelievable finish in overtime.
Yeah, great call by Gary Gerald. Great shot by De'Aaron Fox. But remember where you were during this game?
Rant starts a casual dribble, got a defensive switch. Kicks now to Brooks. He's open for three. And you might as well start turning down those lights. It's 121-107 as Dylan Brooks knocks down the 14th three-pointer of the evening for Memphis.
Yeah, that was Dylan Brooks. That was a home game against Memphis. That was game 4 of the year last year. That was the game where the Kings fell to 0-4. They fell to 0-4 on their home floor, and brand new coach Mike Brown, taking a team over that had a 16-year playoff drought, was coming out of the blocks terribly, and nobody was happy.
The interesting part now is we've hit some adversity. We're 0-4, and nobody's feeling good about that start. So in this business, you got to have a mental toughness, not just when you play the game, but you got to have a mental toughness to handle any type of adversity in front of you. And so for me, this is going to be a great thing for me to kind of watch us go through to see how we handle it as a group, to see if we're going to fight or to see if we're not going to fight, And if I had to bet, at least from what I experienced with this group so far, we'll come out swinging, but it's not going to be easy.
2 nights later, they would go on to beat Miami at home 119-113, beat Charlotte on the road 115-108, and they were 0-4 after those 4 losses. And Tuesday, November 22nd, when they beat Memphis this time on the road, they had gone from 0-4 to 10-6. That's right. That's a 10-2 run after Mike Brown made those comments. I think it's important for perspective's case as we take a break here. I just think it's important for perspective's case because expectations increase, and they should. And last year, if this team was sitting here after 25 games, 16-9, it would have been a madhouse. And I'm not saying people aren't appreciative and excited about this team. I just want to hat tip Mike Brown, that entire staff, and really the roster, most of which was there last year. When you think about where we've come from 0-4 to now 16-9 and everything in between, and ladies and gentlemen, that was barely a calendar year ago. It has been a hell of a ride, and we got a lot of stuff to get into with this team, not just this win, but also the major tests they're going to get over the next 3 games. And we need to talk more about Keegan Murray and the fact that the Sacramento Kings have found themselves a 3-and-D wing-ish that is a future star in the NBA. Is that hyperbole? We'll take a break. When we come back, let's switch to football real quick. Big game last night on Monday Night Football, Seahawks and Eagles. Didn't go the way a lot of us thought it would. We've got the highlights for you next.
The push for the NFC's top seed continues on Christmas as the 49ers host the Baltimore Ravens.
Purdy throws for the end zone. It is caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown! San Francisco!
The 49ers look to extend their win streak to 7 in a row as they host Lamar Jackson and the Ravens on Christmas night. Game time at 5:15 on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
O'Reilly. Cleaning your fuel system can help your engine run better and improve gas mileage. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts and pick up a bottle of Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. On sale now. Buy one, get one free. Plus, get 2 times O-Rewards points. Get more fuel-saving tips from the professional parts people at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Just be natural. Try to roll around in it gracefully and not like a puppy.
Maria's photography studio is zooming into a flurry of projects.
Where did I put that memory card?
She needs an assistant to keep business in focus.
Hang on while I change the external flash. Oh,
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Does your dog leave frowny piles of poo around the yard? Did you know that a solid poo is one of the best indicators of your dog's gut health? Supreme Source Super Premium Dog Food is made with organic super seaweed and other powerful antioxidants, supporting a healthy digestive system. Real protein is always the first ingredient, plus a blend of essential vitamins and minerals to help support your dog's overall health and well-being. Do their digestion a solid, literally. Find Supreme Source Premium Dog Food at Safeway, Save Mart, and Smart & Final, or a local grocery store near you.
There are many things to love about winter. Cozy sweaters, celebrations, and family time. But winter can also bring many stressors, extra expenses, seasonal bugs, and so much family time. If you and your loved ones are feeling stressed or anxious this winter, Cal Hope can help. Check out our free mental health resources at calhope.org today.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No. We tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our client's best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
And it's 3rd and goal from the 3. Hurts falling for the football. He's back. He looks. He's going to run. He's going to dive. He scores. Jalen Hurts looked for the receiver, didn't find him, took off to his left, and dashed 3 yards into the end zone. The handoff goes to Walker. He looks for running room, bounces it off the right side, inside the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown! Seahawks! Ken Walker III had a convoy of tight ends leading him around the right side, and the Seahawks are a point away from tying this up. Hurts under center. They push. They shove. He's in. Eagles take the lead, and Jalen Hurts has just tied Cam Newton for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in a season. That's his 14th. Hurts is going to throw again, has all day. Going to throw deep. Got a man deep. Love intercepts. Love is right there, stride for stride with the receiver, and he intercepts in the end zone. What a play. Watkins was the intended receiver. Julian Love picks off his 3rd of the season. The Seahawks have the ball with 8:08 to play in the game.
Chris, have you seen the replay of that interception since last night?
Yes.
Did you see that second foot didn't touch?
No.
Yeah. The Eagles have a little bit of a case here. Now, granted, after, hours and zooming in and this and that, what I don't understand is the NFL has those angles. That's an incredibly important call. And it is a sliver. It is a millimeter. But Julian Love's second toe, his toe touch just misses the ground. It should have been called an out-of-bounds play, no interception. Who knows what would have happened. But that gave Seattle the ball. I'm fine with it. And Drew Lock living the Disney movie.
Lock from the shotgun. JSN is wide to the far side. Drew looks, throws that way. Got JSN. He reaches up. Makes the catch. Touchdown! Seahawks! Holy catfish! What a throw by Drew Lock! What an over-the-shoulder catch by Jackson Smith and Jigba! 29 yards out. His 3rd touchdown reception, and with 28 seconds left, the Seahawks lead 19-17.
I don't know how long, by the way, Julian Love's career is going to go. I don't know how long he's going to play this game. He's just 25 years old, but I don't know that he's going to have a better end of game than he did last night. The Eagles with one last chance with time running out to try to put together something, and they were putting together something. And here's Julian Love again.
Hurts drops back, has time, loads up, throws. A.J. Brown, the defense. It's intercepted. Does he keep his feet in? He does. Seahawks ball. The interception made by Love. This guy's going nuts for the Seahawks defense, making big plays.
Uh-huh.
We're going to go nuts in there.
Yeah. It was, look, this was not the most exciting game for much of it, but the end certainly paid off. And the Eagles have now lost 3 in a row. The Eagles are now tied in the NFC East. They're not only threatening to not get the 1 seed in the conference, they're perhaps in trouble for the NFC East division title itself, although I have serious doubts about the Cowboys being able to hold out. Here's Nick Sirianni after the game.
Really wanted to be able to get up 2 scores on them, but obviously we weren't able to. I thought the defense was hanging in there and playing and doing some really nice things, and we just needed to pull away in that game, and we didn't. Some uncharacteristic things situationally, fundamentally, and anytime you have uncharacteristic things situationally, fundamentally, that's got to go to me first. And so we all got to be critical on ourselves, me and starting with myself. And like I said, anytime it's the fundamentals or the situations that you got to look right at me for that.
Drew Lock did not know if he was going to start. Drew Lock had been backing up Geno Smith and was unsure where his career went. And every once in a while you have moments that happen on national TV of all things. and you get to see the humanity side of athletes when you least expect it. Just some regular old post-game interview. I actually thought this was very, very cool.
Sounds like you got emotional on the field afterwards during the post-game interview. What went into that emotion?
Thousands of things, man. We'd be here all night to talk about them all, but just I think it was just the over the top feeling of you don't get very many moments, you don't get very many opportunities in this league, and with every opportunity you get, you need to be as ready as you can be, because you don't get a ton of them. And for us to come out tonight and play the way we did and get a win, and one of 2 opportunities I had this year to start, gosh, I was excited. I was emotional.
It was labeled weird. That was somebody asking him about his post-game interview. Here's the post-game interview itself. And great job by Lisa Salters, by the way, in recognizing the moment.
You're playing again. So what did it feel like to orchestrate this game-winning drive tonight?
Oh, amazing. Won't do it justice. Amazing.
Well, I want to see if I can find better. There we go. Better audio.
Can you just describe what you're feeling in your heart right now?
Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard to describe the feeling of, not playing for so long, or at least what feels like a really long time to me. And then you sit there, you watch games, you wonder, can I do this still? I haven't been out there on the field. That's the human nature of it. You get back out there last week, I'm like, you know what? I'm the man still. I can go do this. And then you got another test this week where I didn't know if I was going to play or not. Sure enough, ended up playing. We're playing the Eagles tonight. And the boys around me rallied tonight. And it just, gosh, it feels so good. It feels so good. I'm so proud of everybody tonight.
Congratulations to you. We're all happy for you.
Isn't that cool? That's a cool moment. I think that's a really, really cool moment. And good for Drew Lock. And the fact that he's able to give his teammates all the credit in the world is going to mean a ton to them as well. And where do we go with the Philadelphia Eagles? Let's listen to the other quarterback, Jalen Hurts, with I don't know, I'd call it a strange comment, but trying to understand what he means here.
We didn't execute. I don't think we were committed enough. Just got to turn it around. It's a challenge that we have to embrace. Just continue to see it through.
What was committed enough mean? Anyways. The Eagles are now 10-4, and it's fun to talk garbage about them and all that, but they've lost 3 in a row. They were 10-1 going into the Niner game, and then they proceeded to lose to the Niners by 23, and then go on the road, lose to the Cowboys by 20, and then Seattle on the road by 3. They finish off New York, Arizona, New York, Giants, Arizona, Giants, I should say. I fully expect this team to be 13-4 heading into the postseason. Now, what that means, where they're seated, I would place a rather large sum of money that they will be more than likely the 2 seed. I say that because the Cowboys have a game in Miami. They host the Lions and then take on the Commanders. I think it's far less likely Dallas wins out than the Eagles. And I just want to remind my fellow Niner fans and anyone else that'll listen, you bury the Eagles at your own risk. Bury the Eagles at your own risk. Because I remember another team that lost 3 in a row not that long ago. And everybody was burying them. Teams generally are going to go through situations. And the Eagles had a stretch this year that they're just wrapping up, where they played the Dolphins, Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, Niners, Cowboys, and Seahawks, all in a row, with a Commanders game thrown in there. That is the toughest stretch. That is the toughest 8-game stretch, 7-game, 6-game, 5-game, 4-game stretch, however you want to break down those 8 games that any team in the NFL has had to play this year. And it's going to take a toll. They basically get 2.5 byes to end the year, the Giants, Cardinals, Giants. They finish out 13-4. They get healthy. They get right. And they go into the playoffs angry. As a Niner fan, there is no team No team in the NFL that scares me as much as the Philadelphia Eagles. No team in the NFL that scares me that much. We'll see about Baltimore on Monday. Maybe I'm wrong. And the Chiefs scare me a little bit just because they're the Chiefs and they have Patrick Mahomes. There's nobody else. Not the Dolphins. Not the Cowboys, obviously. Not the Buccaneers. Not the Lions, though we'll see. There is no team that scares me as much as the Philadelphia Eagles. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying they're better than the Niners. I'm not saying the Niners wouldn't beat them. Again, I'm simply saying bury them at your own risk. 1 hour in the books. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll go around the NBA. And the Lakers raise a banner. Who expected that one? And Nikola Jokic matching up with Luka Doncic. One won the battle, the other won the war, if I've ever seen one. We'll get to all that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-775-5622. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-775-5622. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-775-5622. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for by Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Welcome to your Tuesday. Soggy start. We will have showers on and off again throughout the day. Some of those bands heavier at times, especially late afternoon to early evening. Highs today in the low 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's Kia's season of giving back at Folsom Lake Kia. Get low year-end prices and payments, plus low finance rates and even zero down deals with approved credit. Shop Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 20 years.
Subcontractors, grow your business with more leads and leverage your marketing costs to receive over 10 times the value in advertising. Subcontractors United is offering 40 home services contractors to join our advertising co-op. For under $2,100 a month, you'll share in over $83,000 a month in advertising. That's $1 million a year in advertising for under $2,100 a month. There's only 3 subcontractors per category, not 3,000, so lead potential is unlimited. Google Subcontractors United for more information.
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more, up to $100. Ends 2/10. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
As we come together to celebrate the end of this long, long year, Stockton Honda has savings to bring us all cheer. Happy Honda Day savings and selection galore. Stockton Honda's online express purchase and great people give you more.
Save on 400 new Hondas at Stockton Honda during Happy Honda Days. Shop in person or online with our express purchase option.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop.
Here's Frank LaRosa.
I'm filled with gratitude for the Golf to Go show guests who have trusted us with their time, their thoughts, and their dreams. People like NBC's Peter Jacobson, Angie Dixon from First Tee Greater Sacramento, former 49er great Steve Young, Sir Nick Faldo, the heralded team at Hagen Oaks like Ken Morton Jr., Tom Morton, PGA Golf to Go's resident on-air playing coach, Mike Woods, PGA Director of Golf, and all the PGA professionals and guests who have entertained us over this year's 52 shows. Thanks also to you, our loyal listeners who are there every week with compliments and suggestions when we might hit it out of bounds. Thanks also to the game that brings us all together, to the millions of men, women, boys, and girls who play the game. Thanks to the able-bodied, and thanks also to the programs that nurture those in need of a lift, like the California Eagles, PGA Hope, and many more. Thank you to Scott Marsh. We are fortunate to have lived life and had a chance to play the game. If that's your Golf to Go, I'm Frank LaRosa.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your home for the Oakland A's every weekend.
And it's swung on line to left center, base hit, and the A's have won it on a walk-off line drive, base hit to left center.
Sacktown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Hour number 2. Carmichael Dave, Christopher Law, Jason Ross off the radio this week. He'll be back next week, as we all will, on Wednesday. Remember, no locals Monday or Tuesday. Right?
No. Frankie and Brendan will be on Tuesday. From 9 to
Really?
12.
Hey. Okay, excuse me then. Frankie and Brendan. Good for them. Excuse me. Still getting over this.
With Nate Littlefield as well.
Oh, boy. We had me there. Later today, Sean Salisbury will join us at 8:13. We will be giving away the $100 Jiffy Lube gift certificate to winterize your vehicle or whatever you want to do. In the 7:45 segment, all you have to do is tell us what the Jiffy Lube drive of the game is, or should I say was last night, and you win. And then, let's see, around 8:45, about an hour later, more bribes for you as Vieira Farms and Jiffy Lube are teaming up. And you're going to get a $100 gift certificate towards a tree at Vieira Farms and a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. Same thing. Simply by finishing the lyrics of a very popular Christmas song. And we went 1 for 1 yesterday. First caller got it. We'll see how well you do. Before we get into everything else, Chris, I wanted to see how you felt about this. And please don't give me a Chris answer. Just give me a normal answer, would you?
You're asking me a question, but don't want me to answer.
No, I do. All right. Now, I read something, and it kind of stopped me in my tracks. And it was basically like a message to parents. And it said, remember this Christmas season that to remind your children and to make sure you organize your Christmas gifts in a way that the gifts on the lower end of the price scale come from Santa Claus. The point was, do not assign any expensive gifts from Santa Claus. And I kept reading, like, why? And I thought it was actually a very interesting point that it was from a teacher that said every year they hear a kid in class who may not be as fortunate as other kids. It's one thing if mom and dad can't afford the PlayStation 5 or whatever it may be. But if Santa Claus brings a kid a PlayStation 5, then the poorer kid goes, well, why doesn't Santa Claus love me as much as he loves little Billy? And can't associate the fact that Santa maybe, didn't do well at work this year, is in a one-income household or whatever it may be. But if you assign and plus as parents, you want the credit for the expensive gift with your kids, which makes sense too. I don't want Santa Claus getting credit for the expensive gifts that I got the kids. I want the credit for that. I worked for it. So did my wife. Screw you, Santa. I mean that in the kindest way. But I never thought about that before. I never thought about that before. And then I went to my wife and said, have we ever, I don't even remember if we've assigned any of the upper end gifts to Santa Claus in the past, but it made a lot of sense to me. Your thoughts?
First, maybe take a few minutes to turn the radio down if you got your kids driving to school right now.
Oh, is this where we're going? All right. Turn the radio down for about 20 seconds. If you have children in the car, please. We'll give you a countdown in 3, 2, 1. Still speaking code if you can, please.
I'm trying to.
Are you trying to figure out how old you were when you had the revelation?
I'm trying to remember, because this might surprise you as a little kid. It was me figuring it out, and then my parents trying to convince me, like, no, you're wrong. And like Santa writing me letters like, dude, I'm totally real.
Good for your parents.
The tooth fairy saying like, yo.
That's the right move. It's the right parental move.
Good no, but like at the same time, it's just like.
Of course you were.
You're not.
You're like, oh God, yeah, mom and dad.
I never really, I remembered being very little. I got tickets to like a San Jose Sharks game at Arca Arena one time. And it's one of those things of, man, I'm just trying to remember. I don't remember anyone in my school or anything like saying like Santa got me this and me thinking, well, what did I do? But then I'm thinking, oh, was I that kid that said like Santa got me this?
I think it's
I don't know how you feel about it.
I think it's a salient point. I think that kids can identify with what their parents can and can't do. But if Santa brings, Santa, air quotes.
Who's magic and can make everything.
Right, then why didn't he bring me the PlayStation 5? Why did Billy get it? Was I not as good? Does he not love me? Blah, blah.
And Billy is a straight up jerk.
A total jerk. Didn't deserve it whatsoever. And the reason Billy's a jerk is because his parents want to be his friend. So what his parents do is they try to buy his love with gifts rather than discipline. Just had this talk with my daughter last night, as a matter of fact, of the difference between wanting to be her friend and being her parent, and how it is, weirdly enough, gosh, the older I get, the smarter my parents are. How it is.
Isn't that crazy?
It is insanely. And the thing is my dad especially warned me about this. And I very specifically remember growing up, the whole hurts me more than it hurts you. When you get older, you're going to understand this. And I'm talking to my daughter last night over we have this thing where she comes home and she throws her clothes all over the couch and her backpack. When you come home, the 2 things I require you to do: go upstairs and take all your crap up there and get out of your school clothes and get into your house clothes. You're going to have chores or whatever. I want you sitting around in your nice school clothes. She just absolutely forgets or just doesn't do it. And so the conversation we have in these cases is, have I told you this before? Yes. Have I told you this more than 5 times? Yes. Okay. Whose failure is this? Who failed here? Well, she goes, I failed. I said, I failed. I have failed as a parent because obviously I've not incentivized you enough to follow my structure and my directions. Therefore, I need to incentivize you more through structure and consequence. So boom, boom, boom. Here's the consequences for your 9th offense. Do the dishes, do this, do that, whatever. And we'll move on. And I will up those consequences the next time you do this. And then we got into this existential conversation about how I don't want to get on you for these things. I don't want to bitch at you about stuff. I want to hug and love you and ask how your day was and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do this, but the world is cruel. And I see too many of my friends, too many parents, and I'm not judging. It's just how I do things. Everyone can raise their kids how they want. They get on their kids and their kids don't listen. And then eventually they just give up because they're tired of getting on their kids. And oh my God, that's not how it should work. Just my suggestion. That's not how it works. You can't let the kid outlast you, because then the kid knows he or she can outlast you. And then that's going to be a thing. And if that means that you constantly have to be on your kids and your kids are going to roll their eyes and get angry at you and not like you and not want to be your friend, well, you're not their friend. You're their parents. Don't bribe them with gifts to get them to like you. They will like you when they get older and get into the real world where they have to deal with real bosses who don't have to love them. And they get an assignment and they have to do it. And they go, oh, wow, structure and discipline helps. Anyways, that's my parental note.
Maybe someone should teach Mason and Avery a little bit about solidarity to where they could do whatever they want.
Or they just team up. Yeah. They team up against, oh, my God. The problem is, and I'm blowing this segment here, whatever. It's Christmas week. One thing you should never say to your child is you should be more like your brother or sister.
No.
You should never say that. There are books entirely written on that topic and how you cannot compare children because of the damage it can do both short and long term to a child who will then almost turn against their sibling because they're the perfect one. And so what I have done throughout the years with my daughter is almost constantly compare her to her brother and say you should be more like him. And he's the younger sibling, which makes it even worse. But here's the bottom line. I don't know how else to say it. My son is about as perfect a kid as you can imagine. I don't deserve him.
Because you learned all your mistakes.
That's right. We got it right on the second one. My daughter is me. My son is my wife. He is quiet. He is disciplined. He is organized. He is structured. My daughter is just how I am in the segment. All over the place, disorganized, slightly manic. She's a great kid. But the three, if I were to call her right now, Chris, and I was to say to her live on the air, hey, what 3 words have I said to you more than anything in your entire life? What are the 3 words I've said to you more than anything in your entire life? She would not hesitate. She would instantly say, you got to chill. Not I love you. Not I love you. It would be, you got to chill. And if she was going to pause it all, it would simply be because she would be a little teen wondering why the heck I'm calling her. Since I've blown this entire segment, let's see, it's 7:12. She should be up anyways. I just want to prove this point, then we'll go. Literally the top 3 words I've said to her. 7:12. She should be awake, by the way. Although she's probably doing her 37-step get ready whatever thing that she does.
Who answers the phone anymore?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Okay, well, not her, apparently. So anyways, the bottom line is this. What have we learned from this segment? I'm a terrible parent, and most importantly, I think make sure the Santa gifts are the cheap gifts, so that way your kid, other kids aren't worried that Santa hates them.
Hey, Santa just puts the stocking stuffers in.
That right?
He doesn't have enough room to bring in a PS5.
That's right. And by the way,
I'm going to let you know this. Billy was so bad, Santa didn't get him anything, and his parents pretended to be Santa.
And isn't it a quid pro quo with Santa Claus too? Because he gives us the stocking stuff, but we got to give him cookies. He's not doing it for free. We'll take a break. That's a great segment. This is what happens when Jason's gone. The Niners could conceivably clinch the 1 seed this weekend. We do need to talk a little bit about the Clippers and a trick I saw last night. Let me be more specific. An animal trick I saw last night.
Amazing.
Yes, it was absolutely amazing. We need to talk about it. We'll do that next.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides 24/7 compassionate support and connection to trained counselors. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. The Lifeline works. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Sean Salisbury in an hour. Overreaction Tuesday next. I tried to put as many as I could think of, but we'll see. Chris will read them off. See if they're I can't think of it. It's either an overreaction or a what. I think it sounds stupid to say reaction or overreaction. It's a blank or an overreaction. It's a normal thought. That doesn't roll off the tongue. Logical or overreact. Yeah, hell, I don't know. In the meantime, 3 for Madness brought to you by Fire Wings. 21 different flavors to choose from. Fire Wings. Just wing it. Chris Rillard, question 1.
The Niners could conceivably clinch the 1 seed this weekend. If they do you take your foot off the gas?
Dude, this is such the perennial question. I mean, it's champagne problems. And as a Niner fan, I worry so much about this. The logic would dictate that you absolutely do. What is the point of throwing Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy and George Kittle and Deebo Samuel and everyone out against the Commanders and Rams? Let's just say that you've pretty much wrapped it up after the Ravens game. Again, this is fantasy world here. And that doesn't even speak to the Javon Hargraves and the Eric Armsteads of the world that are actually nursing real injuries. So I think it's kind of I think it's a hybrid. I don't know if I'm Kyle Shanahan that I want to sit anyone, because here's the other part. Let's say you sit guys for a week or 2. All right, well, now all of a sudden you're dropped right down into the playoffs. Remember, they're going to most likely have a bye week. And now you're kind of cold. Oh, hold on here. Sorry. Hey.
Hello?
Hi. Hey. I'm in the middle of the show. You're actually on the air right now. Just don't screw around, because I'll let you right off the phone. I'm trying to prove a point. Okay. What 3 words have I said to you more than any in your entire life?
You gotta chill.
All right. I love you.
Love you too.
All right, baby. Bye-bye. See, I'm telling you. I wasn't doing a bit, Chris. So anyways, you don't want the team cold. But at the same time, I think the argument there, Chris, would be, well, hold on a second. Look at the record of all these teams coming off a bye week. They got the bye week, and they're all rested, and everyone seems to be awesome off the bye week. I think the answer is it's a hybrid. You let your injured guys get healthy, and maybe Christian McCaffrey is playing half the snaps. Yes, you could still get injured in 1 snap, but I think it's got to be a little bit of a hybrid. I wouldn't push everybody full bore, but I wouldn't rest everybody completely. Cut number 2, please.
Question 2.
The Clippers have won 8 straight and 9 of 10. Are they for real?
Yeah, they are. They are for real, and I wanted to make a point today to give them a little bit of flowers. Now that could change, but again, I think it's incredibly important. I do not believe that James Harden is a title-winning player. But you have Paul George, who is actively searching, and Kawhi Leonard, who knows everything about winning titles. And same thing with Russell Westbrook wanting that ring. The way they are playing right now is what every team in the NBA is afraid of when it comes to the Clippers. And this hasn't been just, them beating up on the dregs of society here. We're talking in Indiana against a pretty good Pacers team, and they blew them out. They beat the Knicks in the game before by 22. The Knicks just beat the Lakers last night in LA. They beat the Warriors. They beat the Kings by 20 in Sacramento. They beat the Nuggets. This is all just on this streak, by the way, by 9. And then that 1-point win over the Warriors to kick the whole thing off. There's some good teams in there. And there's a lot of blowouts in there. And it looks like James Harden is actually having some fun. He was doing snow angels on the floor yesterday. And 35 points and 9 assists in 28 minutes for James Harden on 12 of 16 shooting. Kawhi Leonard was 12 of 18. Ivica Zubac had 18 points and 16 boards on 70% shooting. I mean, the Clippers shot the 3 ball 38 times and made exactly half of them. Oh, by the way, they can play defense. So, yeah, I think the thing with the Clippers is this. If they are healthy, if they can keep that team together on the floor, I would put the Clippers up against anybody in the NBA when it comes to winning an NBA title. I'm talking Denver. I'm talking Boston. I'm talking Philly. I'm talking Minnesota. I would put the Clippers in the mix. As a matter of fact, I think you can make a very sane and rational argument that I would put the Clippers ahead of the Sacramento Kings because of their ability to play defense. Just with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard alone. But I don't trust the health. I don't trust the health, and I hope I'm wrong because I think injuries should be a federal crime. But at some point, someone's getting hurt, someone's missing time. If that doesn't happen, look out. 3 for Madness. Question 3, please.
Question 3.
During a halftime show last night, a dog jumped double dutch. What's the most impressive dog trick you've seen?
That one, first off, is pretty damn close. Because let's be clear, not only did the dog jump double dutch, but the lady that was holding both ropes in one hand, 2 hands, on the other side holding the ropes were 2 other dogs who were spinning their heads around while the ropes are, not sure if there's like a doggy concussion or something happened, and they had to be dizzy. Meanwhile, they're doing double dutch, and the dog in the middle, and of course, they're always like border collies. Border collies are like, they're like the Einsteins of dogs when it comes to stuff like that. You always see them in all the shows and everything. And the dog is jumping double dutch. I think he or she broke a record last night, and they're just out there to, the border collie is like the Buffalo Bills fan of dog. They're just happy to be there. They're running into everything. They're just happy. Throw them some food and some water. They're going to do tricks for you. I don't know if it counts as a trick, Chris, but I still am completely blown away when I see these dog agility races where you have to, at full speed, teach a dog to go through this tunnel and come out and then immediately do like the doggy slalom. And then the one that always gets me is when they go up this like teeter-totter and they have to wait for the teeter-totter to come down and they can't just jump off. They have to hit like the little purple section on the way down with at least one of their paws. I can't fathom how difficult it is, but seeing a dog do double dutch, that's a new one for me.
There's the one Chihuahua that goes around the halftime shows that does like, the guy does like, gives it a ball and it dunks and stuff like that.
Really?
And it like climbs up him. He'll climb all around him and stuff like that. That's pretty impressive.
I am completely here for halftime shows. Just somebody should be smart and get together, and you got to come up with like 30 animal related halftime shows. Maybe they should privatize this whole thing. It'd screw a lot of people. Sorry, David Garibaldi. He does amazing halftime shows. But what if he came? Maybe they don't have to all be animals, but here's my idea. You come up with a halftime show company, and you pay these double dutching dogs. Throw Garibaldi in there. The chair, Red Panda. Like, you unionize them all, and then basically you have like 30 to 32 of them, and you just rotate every NBA city.
Isn't that what happens?
No, I think they just go out and free for all it. Like they have.
Yeah, because I know that there's like a showcase, right?
Of halftime shows.
I think so. Like before the season.
If there is, I believe you. I've never heard of this, and I want to know what's going on.
That's how you find like red panda and the Chihuahua dog. And
I'm saying they should all unionize under one banner and then rotate, make it easy for NFL, NBA, maybe even baseball, 7th inning stretch. And then what I'd like to see is at the end of the year, why do we not have a TV show that crowns like the champion halftime show?
Now I want to see that.
Right? Like who is not watching Red Panda? You do it bracket style, right? Like Red Panda versus Double Dutch Dog in the finals or whatever it may be. You've got like the 16 seed is the guy they had out the other day at the Kings game who was like balancing a chair on his face or whatever that was. He's just taking turns balancing things on his head. I'm 100% all for that. Let's go. We'll take a break. Woo! Let's go. When we come back, Overreaction Tuesday. We got the Niners in a couple, the Cowboys, Derrick Henry, Jacksonville. Chris will read, I will react. We'll do all that next.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike with the left hand. Kings lead by 3.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Winter is coming. I know you know that, but are you prepared to keep your family warm all season long? At American Energy Heating and Air, their goal is to exceed your expectations of the heating and air industry by valuing the customer experience and making your home comfort system as efficient as possible for the most value. So book your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. Prevent dangerous gas leaks. Extend the life of that furnace and save on your energy bills. And here's the guarantee. This isn't a sales call. They're not getting in the door so they can try to sell you a bunch of stuff. No, they're just going to do what they say they're going to do. Call today to schedule an appointment at 916-520-9990 or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Get your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. 916-520-9990. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
It's Credit Christmas at Prestigio Jewelers. Get the gifts you want this year. Prestigio guarantees your credit up to $10,000. It's easy. Have a valid ID, proof of income, and be 18 or older. Prestigio has competitive pricing on all jewelry such as gold chains, wedding sets, diamond earrings, and designer brands like Cartier, Gucci, Bulova, and Citizen. Rebuild your credit, even with a repo or a bankruptcy at Prestigio Jewelers. This Christmas, come for the credit and be amazed by the selection at Prestigio Jewelers. Online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health Sacramento can help you address the root causes of weight gain, low energy, poor drive, and performance issues. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, we'll give you a free T-check and free exam at Revive Sacramento. Imagine upping your game, losing weight, and getting in shape all at once. Revive can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. Weight gain and low T are treatable conditions. We know we can help you. Take that first step and book today. You're only one step away from getting in the best shape of your life. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
all guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
That is this dog, Brody the Laker dog. Scott Marsh was just telling me about him. You heard of this? This is a dog courtside in Austin Reeves jersey.
I saw it.
What is that all about? I'm not trying to be a wise guy here. Have I seen service dogs courtside before? Is that a thing? I don't even know, because you think service animals can go everywhere. I guess you conceivably. I'm just thinking of I'm a huge fan of dogs sitting courtside until until Fido the service dog decides, ooh, a ball, and runs out there and just undercuts Kawhi Leonard into Paul George. I feel like if you have a service dog sitting courtside in an NBA game, it needs to be like leashed to your shoulder.
Did you see the dog?
It was huge.
It looks like it doesn't move.
You're saying it's a very sedentary dog?
Yes.
Yeah, this dog was massive. And by the way, what are the requirements? Can you be like a fat, out of shape service dog? I mean, I'm asking. Like, doesn't there have to be like some basic requirements of a service dog?
Well, sometimes it's a therapy dog.
Oh, this dog is, as my daughter would refer to him, as a giant floofer. This thing is just a. I don't want to get as somebody who's suffered from conditions before. I don't ever want to. There's all kinds of different afflictions people can have, and I have respect for all of them. I'm just going to say, if it's a service dog, as far as like blind or deaf or whatever, like that's a sensory thing, I get it. But if it's a service dog in the sense of, like you said, like what you didn't call it a counseling dog, what'd you call it? A
therapy dog.
Therapy dog. Bro, I can tell you right now, as somebody who has been medicated for things in the past like this, courtside at a basketball game is the last place I'm going if I need a therapy dog. That is one of the most anxious. As a guy who has walked out of Kings games in a past life, literally went to the Kings Pistons in, I want to say, 07, 08. Kevin Sherritt's, our ex-program director, was still working the radio there, and he had a pair of extra tickets to his wife, Katie, and I went together. Walked down the aisle, said, I'm going to go get some popcorn. Beelined out of there and Ubered home because I was too anxious about the crowd, because that was when I was dealing with some real anxiety issues. Left and made up a story about how I threw up in the bathroom and apologized and had to go home. Like, games like that, especially being around people, are hell for people, a lot of people that suffer anxiety. But I mean, this dog, this is a bear. I don't even know what the hell kind of dog it is. I know it sheds. And imagine being the person sitting next to that dog. You paid $25,000 or whatever you did for your courtside seat at a Laker game, and you have Brody the service bear that, and I guarantee you his owner is one of those like, oh, he's just being he smells your dog as the dog is just assaulting your crotch. Oh no, he loves you. All right, Overreaction Tuesday. Give us music, would you please? We'll figure out if we're overreacting or it's just a good old normal thought. Chris Verlaud.
The Niners expose the Eagles as frauds.
Yeah, that's an overreaction. The cheese might stand alone on this one. I do not think the Eagles are frauds. I think the Cowboys are fraudulent. I don't think the Eagles are fraudulent. And to be honest with you, all rivalries aside, the Cowboys might actually be more likable in many ways than the Eagles. Like, both of their fan bases are weird.
Eagles are a whole other level.
I agree with you. Like, let's go back to dogs. Like, the Cowboy fan base is like the big floofy dog that jumps on you and gets mud on you and barks at everything and is way too loud and boisterous and jumps up on the furniture and has the owner that says, well, it's his home too. That's the Cowboys dog. The Phillies dog is like that Roddy or that pit bull in the corner. Calm down, Roddy and pit bull owners. I'm trying to think of an intimidating dog. The Doberman that's just sitting in the corner just staring at you all night long and occasionally like licks its lips, and you're literally wondering if the dog is thinking of you like Foghorn Leghorn when he turned into a chicken or a turkey or whatever. Like, are you the next meal? Like, the Eagles fans are a little scary. Cowboy fans are just boisterous and stupid.
I disagree.
Really?
Eagles fans are only like terrifying to other Eagles fans. They're the dog. Eagles fans are the dog that like goes and eats through the trash that the owner doesn't care about. And you're like, dude, this dog is going to be sick, but it's fine. And it's just gross all the time. And it's just loud and it just gets all over you. And like, it's got a musk to it. So no matter what room you're in, you're like, oh, what is that? Oh, it's the dog that's been around for 15 years.
So you're choosing Eagle fan over Cowboy fan?
No, I'm thinking Cowboy fan. I don't want to be in that dog's house.
I do not think. I do not think.
I had a friend in high school with a dog that had a musk that grossed out their entire house.
Had a scent to it.
Yes.
Well, when you look at it, it's like when you see them licking their owner's face, and you have that owner that's like, oh, he's just licking his mouth and nose and eyeball, and you're sitting there and you don't want to say anything, but 5 minutes before, that dog was just housing its crotch, just going at it. Anyways, yeah, I don't think the Eagles are frauds. I think they're a very good team that's having a tough stretch right now, and I think they'll be fine come playoffs. Next up, overreaction.
The Cowboys are the front runners in the NFC East.
Yeah, it's an overreaction as well, I think, and I'll go back to echo some of the stuff that I just said, but let's look at the way the Cowboys are finishing off the season. You're going to Miami, then you're coming home and taking on the Lions, who are 10-4, and then you've got the Commanders. God dang, Commanders have the Cowboys. Oh, they finished with. I haven't even looked at this. I know they have the Cowboys and the Niners. Well, I'll say, God dang, Commanders finish at Jets, home Niners, home Cowboys. Woof. Anyways, that is a tough finish for Dallas. The Eagles have already run their gauntlet. That gauntlet ended yesterday with the Seahawks. The Eagles now host the Giants, host the Cardinals, and then go at the Giants. They should 100% be 3-0. By the way, how the hell is that a Christmas game? Eagles, Giants? Who cares? Anyways, I think the Eagles win the NFC East just on the strength of schedules remaining alone. Next up.
The winner of the Niners and Ravens will be the favorite to win it all.
Yeah, I think that's right. I do. I think that's right. You've got probably, I don't know what the AFC odds are. I haven't looked at them. I should, but I got to imagine the Ravens are the favorite to come out of the AFC at this point. The Ravens are 11-3, followed by Miami at 10-4. But I think Miami's kind of a little bit of an East Coast Cowboys, if you will. I think there's some fraudulency there as well. When you look at Miami's wins, actually, I'm looking at them right now. Hold on. And yeah, they don't have a quality win this year. I don't believe, I'm going to double check this, I don't think Miami has beaten a team above 500, as a matter of fact. Not once this entire year. Oh, wait, hold on. Nope, the Broncos are 7-7. I thought that might have snuck in. Chargers, Patriots, Broncos, under 500. Giants, Panthers, Patriots, Raiders, Jets, Commanders, Jets. Those are the Dolphins' wins this year. Not one is above 500. How have they done against above 500 teams? Well, the Bills, they lost 48-20. The Eagles, they lost 31-17. The Dolphins finish with the toughest three-game stretch. The Cowboys, the Ravens, and the Bills. I don't think they're going to have that same record, that same good record going in. I think whoever wins this game, especially if the Ravens can go into Levi's and win, but whoever wins this game, I think is going to become the favorite, and probably with the loser just behind them as well, because a lot of the teams in the NFC, by the way, will cancel each other out. Yeah, I think that's actually correct. I think the winner of the Niners and Ravens will be the winner, the favorite to win it all. Next up.
The Lions are being severely overlooked.
You know, it's funny because we talk about the Cowboys and Eagles at 10-4, the Niners at 11-3, and then it's like, oh, the Lions are 10-4. They're so cute. Lions are 10-4. Okay, well, let's take a look at their schedule. Obviously, the season opener at Arrowhead, they won by 21-20. Quality wins against teams above 500. Well, yeah, they don't have any other than that first one. And look, you play the schedule you play. I completely understand that, but they don't have one. They do not have, other than that opening win against the Chiefs, they don't have that quality win. Now, when you look at their losses, they lost to the Seahawks 37-31. The toughest game they've played all year, the toughest team they played all year was Baltimore in Baltimore. That was a 38-6 win for the Ravens. They absolutely boat raced the Lions. And then they lost to the Packers 29-22, and 2 weeks ago to the Bears 28-13. I think you have to acknowledge the fact that the Lions are 10-4. But you also, I think, have to acknowledge the fact that although talented thus far, their backfield, I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. Sean LaPorta has been a revelation at tight end. He's already a top 5 tight end in the league. Jared Goff is just too inconsistent. I love Aiden Hutchinson on defense, but Goff is way too inconsistent. He's, after not throwing an interception for damn near an NFL record, just short of Brady, he's become kind of a turnover machine. I don't believe in the Lions when it comes to the playoffs. They will make the playoffs. Dan Campbell will probably win Coach of the Year, or at least be top 2. They deserve flowers, but I don't buy them as a true contender, a true title contender in the NFC. Next up, please.
Jacksonville will win the AFC South.
The Jaguars, the Colts, and the Texans are all 8-6. The Jags finish up at Bucks, home Panthers, at Titans. That's that ain't that rough. Indy at Falcons, Raiders, Texans. That's a home game against the Texans. And the Texans finish up Browns, Titans, and Colts. And we'll see about the status of C.J. Stroud. I do think the Jaguars will win. I think they'll limp into it. But Trevor Lawrence, I believe, is in concussion protocol too. Let's see how that worked out. But I would rate the chances of winning as follows. I would go Jaguars, Colts, slightly edging the Texans. But the Colts and Texans, one of them will cancel the other out as they play each other. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, the Jiffy Lube drive of the game, plus we have some sound around the NFL coming up at 8 o'clock. We'll get back to the Kings beating the Wizards. Sean Salisbury will join us at 8:13. We still have 4 Down Territory, a Christmas giveaway, and so much more. Sit back and relax. It's Carmichael, Dave, and Christopher Laud taking you all the way till 10 a.m. when you are free. In the meantime, you go to firewings.com and make your order for tonight. 21 different flavors to choose from, my friends, at Fire Wings. Locally owned, locally operated, and dare I say, the best wings I've ever had. I'm not just saying that. Look, let me be really honest. I'm being paid to endorse Fire Wings. I'm obviously not going to come on the air and say Fire Wings suck. They're the 4th best wing I've ever had. But I can tell you, I'm not going to lie to you. If I didn't think Fire Wings were the best wing I've ever had, I wouldn't say that. I'd say Fire Wings, tremendous wings. Fire Wings, oh my God, they're so good. I wouldn't be specific about it. I'm being dead serious. They're the best wings I've ever had. Now, some of that's going to depend on which flavor you love. I've said many times I'm a breaded Malaysian curry guy. It's the best tasting wing I've ever had flavor-wise. But regardless of the flavor, the fact that they're soaked in buttermilk all night long, the way they cook them, they're tender, they're juicy, they're phenomenal. And they don't skimp on the meat either. You're not getting these tiny little wings. Remember, tomorrow's Wings Day Wednesday, 88-cent wings every Wednesday. Order online and save time. Go to firewings.com or download the app, find the location near you. Earn rewards, Fire Wings. Just wing it. We'll take a break. Quick 2-minute break. When we come back, is Derrick Henry done as a Tennessee Titan? We got some other audio for you as well. Don't go away. We're right back.
It's the best team in the AFC versus the best team in the NFC on Christmas in San Francisco.
Murray back. Murray time throws. Intercepted. Charvarius Ward running back the other way. He's gone.
The 11-3 Baltimore Ravens bring their talent out west to face the 11-3 San Francisco 49ers. Game time at 5:15 Christmas night on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Discover your dream home at Subcontractors United, your source for all home improvement needs. A talented team of home services experts is ready to make your projects a breeze. No more endless internet searches. Find your contractors in one place. Enjoy stress-free service absolutely free, with no hidden costs and no accounts to set up. Transform your living space into something extraordinary. Visit Subcontractors United today and experience the joy of hassle-free home improvement. Dream big at subcontractorsunited.com.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill is turning me into a pro. Napoleon Grills has features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just go to Napoleon.com for your nearby Napoleon Grills dealer. Napoleon Grills. Now is the time for the best selection of grills and fine accessories for the holidays.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports.
Derrick Henry said after the Titans loss, quote, "I've been here my whole career. I definitely want to go out strong," which isn't the case. They've lost. Just trying to give it up my all these last 3 games and leave it all on the field. It certainly sounds like the way things are trending with running backs anyways. The fact that Derrick Henry is a free agent, or will be. He's 29 years old. You got to expect, unless he gives a major hometown discount, this will be Derrick Henry's last year with the Titans. I always felt like Derrick Henry would be a good Raider. I mean, they have Josh Jacobs. But I always did. I don't know why. I always thought Derrick Henry would be, just smash mouth good. I guess maybe Josh Jacobs is like Derrick Henry light. I still think Derrick Henry and Marshawn Lynch have the 2 best runs, at least of my generation. Marshawn against the Saints in the playoffs, and then I don't know, what was it against the Ravens? I don't even remember who the hell Henry did it against. But at once upon a time, Derrick Henry was arguably the best back. When you look at his 2020 season, 2,000 yards rushing, 17 touchdowns. He was just, and he had and this is a guy that has broken off 99 and 94 yard runs in the past. I think, though, if you know, it's kind of like people that saw LaDainian Tomlinson play. He once upon a time was, you could put him up against any running back of all time. See, who the hell is this against? Here it is, I believe.
Drive starts at the 1 and looking for a little breathing room, and they get
That and plenty more. Derrick Henry still going.
Stays in bounds. He might go. 99 yards for the touchdown. Unbelievable.
And the call didn't do it justice. And now that was a bad play call. The amount of people that Derrick Henry destroyed trying to tackle him. By the way, it was against the Jaguars. But he was about as unstoppable once upon a time as any back we've ever seen. By the way, 1-800-920-1140 right now. Jiffy Lube play of the game last night. What was it? You tell me. And if you do, you're going to get a $100 gift card to winterize your vehicle at Jiffy Lube. 1-800-920-1140. What was the Jiffy Lube play of the game? Some things that caught my eye, thanks to David Lombardi, who covers the 49ers for The Athletic. The 49ers have the best traveling fans in the National Football League. On average, according to Vivid Seats, 49er fans have filled 48% of opposing stadiums during their road games this year. Think about that for a second. Can we just call that half? Is that okay? I understand I'm cheating a little bit. I'm rounding up, but I'm not rounding up from like 41%. I'm rounding up from 48%. And the fact that the Niners, you know, I don't know how much people will travel to Maryland or wherever they are, but the fact that the Niners have, well, the Rams are a home game, I was going to say, because they always dominate down there. Are you kidding, though? 48%, half of the stadiums the Niners play at are filled with Niner fans. And we know this whenever they go down, for example, to L.A. Every time they go to SoFi Stadium, they completely take it over. It's more like 70%. That doesn't mean they have the largest global fan base. That's going to always be the Cowboys. Patriots are going to be up there. Packers are going to be up there. But these folks go to games. Good for them. Also, David Lombardi gets credit here. Brock Purdy is now past 2011 Aaron Rodgers in adjusted net yards per attempt, which includes sacks, interceptions, and touchdowns. So basically, Brock Purdy is now putting up the second most efficient season in NFL history. Rodgers in 2011 was at a 9.4 adjusted net yards per attempt. Purdy at 9.6. 2004's Peyton Manning, number one, at 9.8. If you missed it earlier, here was Drew Lock post-game talking about the big win.
Can you just describe what you're feeling in your heart right now?
Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard to describe the feeling of, not playing for so long, or at least what feels like a really long time to me. And then you sit there, you watch games, you wonder, can I do this still? I haven't been out there on the field. That's the human nature of it. You get back out there last week, I'm like, you know what? I'm the man still. I can go do this. And then you got another test this week where I didn't know if I was going to play or not. Sure enough, ended up playing. We're playing the Eagles tonight. And the boys around me rallied tonight. And it just, gosh, it feels so good. It feels so good. I'm so proud of everybody tonight.
Drew Lock was a round 2 pick in 2019. He played 5 games for Denver, followed it up with 13 the year after that. Since 2020, he played 6 more games for Denver, didn't play at all in 2022, and has appeared in 4 games for Seattle this year. In the first 2, it was cleanup duty. Or in one case, I think Gino got hurt. He was 2 of 6 in both. And then he got the start last week against the Niners. What a nice way to start there. And then they'll come back against Philadelphia last night, it wasn't just that final pass. He also had a pass, I want to say, to DK Metcalf on the same drive where he was just dropping absolute dimes. And then Jackson Smith-Jigba gets the game winner.
Block from the shotgun. JSN is wide to the far side. Drew looks, throws that way, got JSN, he reaches up, makes the catch, touchdown, Seahawks! Holy catfish! What a throw by Drew Lock! What an over-the-shoulder catch by Jackson Smith and Jigba! 29 yards out, his third touchdown reception, and with 28 seconds left, the Seahawks lead 19-17.
Last night, Drew Lock got the ball down 4 or more points with under 2 minutes left. He led his team on a game-winning 90-plus yard touchdown drive, and he threw that touchdown with a 25-yard pass or more. The last NFL quarterback to do that was Brett Favre. September 20, 1992, and the last game he ever came off the bench as a Packer. When we come back, the Kings beat the Wizards. And something Keegan Murray wrapped up last night, making him the lone player in Sacramento Kings franchise history to do this. We'll tell you what it was next.
The 49ers have secured their playoff berth, and now they chase the NFC's top seed.
Purdy out of the shotgun, looks left, throws end zone. Ha! George Kittle in the back of the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Check out all the 49ers games with Greg Papa and Tim Ryan.
On your home for the playoff-bound 49ers. Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-775-5622. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-775-5622. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-775-5622. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for by Cars R Us and Find the Children.
It's Kia's season of giving back at Folsom Lake Kia. Get low year-end prices and payments, plus low finance rates and even zero down deals with approved credit. Shop Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 20 years.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
God, I'm so stressed about my business not being ready for the holidays. Ooma. What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
Don't you just love this time of year and the holidays when families get together to make memories? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. From the time I was a youngster, the family table was always filled with a gathering of grandparents, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters. Those are memories that will live with me forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings Holiday Home Sale going on right now gives you the opportunity to find the perfect holiday gift that will last a lifetime. You'll find unique gifts like gleaming accessories for every room, now 20% off. During Naturewood's Holiday Home Sale, you'll find savings all around the store for every room in your home. Find your perfect bit of Christmas for your home at Naturewood Home Furnishings Holiday Home Sale going on right now. The memories you make with your family will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone. When he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song. And when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Fox, the initiator, weaves his way, drives by Kispert, kicks to the corner. Sasha for three. He's got the triple. There's your Jiffy Lube drive of the game. It was the drive by Fox, the kick to a wide-open Vazenkov for the triple from the right corner. So be listening to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross tomorrow morning at 7:45. Your chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area.
Never gets old hearing Gary Gerald say my name. I'm not going to lie. I'm still a fanboy. Thank you to G-Man for doing that. And thank you to Dana and Rockland, our Jiffy Lube $100 gift certificate winner for the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Now, coming up at 8:45-ish, Vieira Farms and Jiffy Lube have teamed up. They're each giving $100 gift certificates to you, one for a tree, one to winterize your car. All you got to do is finish the lyrics to a Christmas song that we're going to play. Yesterday was Santa Baby. And a gentleman called in, got it first try. This one, I'm just going to make the call right now, Chris. Well, I don't know. Am I allowed to do this legally? Because here's what I want to do. This is such a softball that if somebody calls in and they get it wrong, I want it to be ruined for everyone, and I want to roll it over to do 2 tomorrow. Am I allowed to do that? Can I switch from today and do both tomorrow?
No.
Okay. Then never mind. See, we were talking earlier about structure and discipline. Apparently, lawyers don't want us to be able to do that. So we'll give you as many chances as you need, but I swear to you-know-who, if we don't...
The person will get it on the first time.
They have to. And then not to forget, we'll do this in the 927. You know, this is Christmas week. Well, next week is, but you know what I'm saying. We've got another pair of Sierra and Tahoe lift tickets. I know these are the best. These are the ones that our promotion staff, this is the prize our promotion staff gets hit up for more than anything all year long. Yes, even the Creed tickets. Ski lift tickets. And once again, I'd like to remind my brother, you're not eligible. Please do not call. Keegan Murray is 16 of 22 from beyond the arc over his last 2 games. That is a 72% clip. That's a respectable job. Yeah. Keegan Murray is the only player in Kings franchise history to shoot 70% or higher from 3 over a 2-game span with a minimum of 20 attempts. Only 5 players have done so since the start of the 13-14 season. That's 10 years. I was actually a little surprised at this list. Now, the person that's done it twice, no surprise, Steph Curry. Kevin Love. Okay.
Obviously.
Trey Murphy, Luke Kennard, and Keegan Murray. Thanks to our own Frankie Cardicelli for that. Of those 5 players, by the way, Murray has the highest percentage at 72%. None of the other guys could pull that off. Last night, the big 3 in Sacramento had 30, 28, and 25 points. That's Fox, Sabonis, and Keegan. In the same order, 4, 13, and 5 boards, 6, 12, and 4 assists. And they shot a combined 30 of 53. I think we should talk about that for a second. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. I don't want to go too crazy. But I do really think it's time. I really do think it's time that we just simply acknowledge the following fact. It may or may not be true, but I think it's trending this way. What have we said for years we need on this team more than anything? What is perhaps the most coveted thing in the NBA outside your outlier superstars? Your Steph Currys, your Embiids, your Jokic's. But what is the one thing coveted more than anything in the NBA? It's 3-and-D guys. Well, you've got a guy in Keegan Murray that literally broke the rookie record for threes last year. You have a guy in Keegan Murray in his 100th game in the NBA, scored 47 points, and was 2 off the all-time NBA record for threes made in a game. He has improved in almost every metric this season, except for the fact that percentage-wise, he's actually down 5 points from beyond the arc from last year. But he is also starting to get flowers for being a tremendous, tremendous wing defender. He's 23 years old. He won't be 24 until August. The Sacramento Kings have their 3rd star. He's just not a star yet. But there's absolutely no reason to believe that Keegan Murray is not a future all-star in this league. And the Sacramento Kings now have committed and locked down Sabonis, Fox, and through his rookie contract, Keegan Murray, for the foreseeable future. That's a pretty darn good position to be in. When you know that for a minimum of the next 2 seasons plus this one, their big 3 are locked down. And the assumption is that De'Aaron Fox, whose contract is up 2 seasons from now, is either going to sign another max or sign a super max. Tough to believe De'Aaron Fox is going anywhere. And if that's the case, that means if we can just assume for a second that De'Aaron Fox is going to re-sign with Sacramento in 2 years, which I don't think is a jump or a leap of any kind, Keegan Murray is tied up through the 26-27 year. 3 seasons from now, Keegan Murray is going to make $14.7 million. 3 seasons from now, he's making 8.4 this year, 8.8 next, 11.1 the year after, and 14.7 the year after that. That is an incredibly good position to be in. And I'll tell you right now, he is trending towards being an all-star on his rookie contract. An all-star. Yes, that's right. The Sacramento Kings have a very good chance within the next 3 years of having 3 all-stars. They're also in a very decent position, too, should they wish, between Everyone on the team not named Fox, Sabonis, Monk, and Murray. And yeah, I'm putting Monk in there. I do believe they will re-sign him next year. Anybody see his jacket yesterday? He wore to the game with all the Sacramento patches on it. Floor and Road. And I think it had everything but a Farm to Fork patch. But between Herter and Barnes, and I'm not saying they're going anywhere, Davion, Sasha, Trey Lott, whatever they want to do, and the stack of first-round picks they still have, only one is missing, and that's the Herter one to the Hawks. They have the ability to add another upgrade into this lineup, whether it's a 5, a 4, a 3, or a 2. And that's what's also very interesting about both Sabonis and Keegan Murray and why Monty McNair and his staff are in such a great spot. Because in Sabonis and Murray, and especially in Keegan, you have the ability to slide them. Oh, there's a great, tremendous power forward available. Cool. Slide Murray to the 3. Oh, there's a really good 3 available. Cool. Murray's at the 4. Or, and this is the one that's the least likely, but I don't know. They find a young, Jaren Jackson type, which I know don't grow on trees, but somebody that they really think can work with Domantas Sabonis down low. Okay, cool. You grab the 5, you slide Sabonis to the 4, you slide Keegan up to the 3 or keep him at the 3, and now you have your backcourt. The emergence of Keegan Murray defensively does make, for example, a Zach LaVine trade a little bit more palatable. I admit that. Again, I just don't know how offensively that's going to work, being that LaVine generally needs the ball in his hands, but they would be better offensively. I think it's time we acknowledge that a lot of us have been whispering it and saying it under our breaths. Maybe some of you have been screaming it. But the Sacramento Kings have a big 3. They have a big 3. Keegan Murray is next up. And I get Tyrese Halliburton vibes when it comes to Keegan Murray. They're not the same player. But you're talking about a guy that you watch in his second year and you go, dude, it's all there. He's going to make such a leap. He's only scratched the surface. You're talking about a guy who's coming off consecutive 47-point and 25-point outputs, who plays borderline elite wing defense at this point. Borderline elite wing defense at this point. He's only going to get better. Biggest question I have about Keegan Murray: can he play elite defense, and can he keep his legs to hit threes throughout his career, going at it 100% on both ends? We'll take a break. When we come back, just a 1-minute break here. Sean Salisbury will join us, followed by 4 Down Territory. And then we get into the 9 o'clock hour. Before you know it, we'll have a conversation with Stiles and Watkins and give you some ski lift tickets as well from Sierra Tahoe. We'll take a break. It's Carmichael, David, Christopher Laud. We're right back in 1 minute.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 91633.
Shout out to I just saw this across my timeline on Twitter. Shout out to Deuce Mason. It's funny. He got his dog Carlin, I think 2 weeks after, if I remember right, 2 weeks after we got Gus. And they could be identical twins. I mean, they are almost the exact same, mostly black, little bit of brindle, white-chested French bulldogs. Deuce just tweeted, keep my pup Carlin in your thoughts. He had emergency surgery last night after suffering a slip disc that put pressure on his spine. Surgery went well. Should know more today. Can't wait to see that face. There's nothing like the love and joy he brings into my life. I feel that in my bones. Look, you all love your animals. I did not want a French bulldog. My wife forced that upon us. He is just the best dog we've ever had. Unfortunately, for those of you who know French bulldogs, the way they are bred is inhumane, to say the least. I say that as, of course, a guy who owns a French bulldog. I understand completely the hypocrisy, and I own it. They are wonderful animals. They are also incredibly fragile animals, and the slightest thing can throw them off. We just had Gus in 2 months ago because he was limping around out of the blue. He was very lethargic, and he just kind of figured it out, thank God. But these animals love the zoomies. Anyone who's been around a Frenchie knows they go through 2-3 bouts of zoomies a day. They're curious, they're excitable, they love to play. They also love to sit in your lap. So maybe it's just because they look alike. I don't know. But when I see that tweet from Deuce, I think about Gus and completely get it. I completely get it. So I definitely thinking about Carlin today. And, I know it's a dog. I get it. I understand there's bigger things in this world. But hey. Sean Salisbury just texted me. He's driving from Dallas. No phone service in the area. He tried to answer both times when Chris called him. He is going to reschedule until tomorrow, and that is absolutely fine. Would much rather have a clearer Sean Salisbury than a wonky one. We always have the one section he goes through on his drive home that we lose him for about 3 seconds, but sounds a lot worse there. Micah Parsons, I've got this queued up after the Cowboys lost 31-10, was talking about the media as well, much like Rashard Mendenhall did. In fact, I'm going to play Mendenhall's quote first. Listen, warning here. This is very controversial to a lot of people. I think it just depends on how you decide to take it. I think a lot of us have taken it as Rashard Mendenhall saying his thing, and we're going to, smile and have fun with it. But it was offensive to some people. Here's what Mendenhall said on Twitter yesterday.
Warning. This is your disclaimer to let you know that this is a racially driven conversation. So to all the people who don't see color or why you got to make everything about race? This video ain't for you, bro. So go ahead and keep scrolling because I ain't trying to hear none of that crying in my comments. Now, for those who can actually talk about race without being easily offended and have fun with it, let's talk about it, bro, because this is a good topic. Listen, Rashard Mendenhall tweeted that white people aren't good at football, and to prove it, we should have a white versus black bowl. Now, as somebody who loves football, who loves to keep it...
Okay, this is somebody else talking about Mendenhall's tweet that's in our sound that has already been edited and vetted. So forgive me for that one. Apparently, I think this guy, I think I saw this video online. This gentleman who made this video was basically breaking down the rosters. We won't get into that, but what Rashard Mendenhall had said, he expressed frustration basically in members of the media, specifically Caucasian members of the media who had never played in the NFL, coming down on players who had. Micah Parsons yesterday went on his excellent podcast called The Edge with Micah Parsons and spoke to athletes that are in the media.
Everyone just waits for the Cowboys to lose. I saw multiple analysts, people who are fake analysts who somehow got jobs on TV saying, there goes your boy. Like, oh, there he is. That's the person we've been waiting for. It's almost to the point where it's like almost sick. Former players are waiting for other current players to fail so that way they have something to talk about. It's not even to just get into names. I mean, I feel like at this point you kind of know who you are. And it's like, why do you want a person to lose so bad? It seems that a lot of people are just waiting for people to fail. Everyone just waits for the.
So I hear what Mike is saying there. I do. This is a tough one. Because from a human standpoint, it's easy to forget that these athletes are human beings. They have moms, dads, sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, all that stuff. And I know that if I had a dad or a son or a daughter or a mom that was in professional sports and I had to hear, Ding Dong McGillicuddy on Fox or NBC or ESPN going off about the failure that they were. And one of the, they make mistakes unlike we do. We make mistakes and it's in front of us and, our coworkers or family. They make mistakes and it's in front of the world and it's replayed and it's on Twitter and there's always some dingbat on Twitter or social media that has something to say from their basement. And these guys are out there. They're in the arena. They are the man in the arena. And yes, there are media members that look for them to fail. No, I can't hide behind anything. I've been public about my, it's not a personal dislike of James Harden, but I don't like his game. I do not root for him to succeed. Now, if, John Harden, his brother or whomever, family member was listening to me talk about James, they would take that quite personally. And I wouldn't blame them. But you can't cover people like that. Otherwise, you're going to have a media that is basically doing one of two things. They're either just simply telling you the news and box scores, or they're being shills and homers. That's not, trust me when I say, you may think that sounds great. I'm sure there are some of you out there right there that were like, that's how I want it. Just give me the box scores and the news. And if you don't have something nice to say about an athlete or a team, just don't say it. I do believe there are three types of fan out there. Number one, the fan that legitimately feels that way. I just want the news. I don't need your opinion. And if you are offering your opinion, can it be a positive one, please? Because my life stinks enough and I don't listen to you to get depressed. So that's section one. Section two, fan that thinks that that's what they want. But then when they listen to it, they just subliminally get turned off and end up putting on two guys screaming at each other. And then there's fan three that is here for all the drama, and that's the bulk of the fan, some sort of a hybrid between 2 and 3. They're here for the drama. They're here for the tea, the gossip, the this, the that, the other side. And so in the end, I understand what Micah Parsons is saying completely and 100%, and I do feel for him. On the other hand, here is a fact. Athletes are paid quite well to do a job, and ultimately, we all take it way too seriously. It took me a long time to realize that, Chris, that in the end, we are all getting, not only are athletes getting paid to play with balls, we are making entire careers talking about these athletes that are getting paid to play with balls. It's not that serious.
Now we just need you to realize that because of what you say doesn't affect what the game is going to, how the game is going to turn out.
What, because of what the media person says?
No, as a fan.
Oh. You mean jinxing?
Yes.
Oh, that's real. That's real, dude. Yesterday, I tweeted in the middle of the third quarter that Mike Brown should start thinking about clearing the bench because there's the Celtics tomorrow and then a back-to-back Phoenix and Minnesota. And when the Wizards were coming back, I sat there. If you look at my timeline, I almost didn't tweet at all between the middle of the third and the end of the game because I was kicking myself for jinxing the team. Is that self-centered? Yes.
You need to chill.
You gotta chill. YGC, baby. We'll take a break when we come back. 4 down territory. Aaron Rodgers, the divisional format, 10-4 teams and more. We're right back after this.
It's the best team in the AFC versus the best team in the NFC on Christmas in San Francisco.
Murray back. Murray time throws. Intercepted. Charvarius Ward running back the other way. He's gone.
The 11-3 Baltimore Ravens bring their talent out west to face the 11-3 San Francisco 49ers. Game time at 5:15 Christmas night on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave asking you, are you feeling the pain of paying more and more for your gas? PG&E has increased their rates 4 times in the last 5 years, and the new forecast says PG&E customers may see their bills increase 32% by 2026. The good thing is there are steps you can take to protect yourself from these rate hikes, and better yet, American Energy may be able to help you completely eliminate your gas bill with a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Did you know SMUD offers huge rebates to eliminate your old gas guzzler? They can help you guide through the whole process. Seriously, listen to me. You go to the SMUD website. There's tons of rebates available, but it is confusing on how to do it. Listen to these rebates. $2,500 from American Energy, $3,500 from SMUD, $1,000 from Caltech, $2,000 home system upgrades. That's $9,000 in rebates. Let American Energy help you out at 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Hey, it's Juice and Mo. Make this Christmas unforgettable by shopping at our friends Sharif Jewelers.
Do you even remember what you thought last Christmas?
No.
Well, you got to make this one memorable.
Okay.
Make sure to go into Sharif Jewelers. You can get diamond studs, tennis bracelets. There's so many classic, timeless pieces that can be worn every single day. Available in both lab-grown and natural mined.
In so many different price points. So don't go anywhere else this holiday season. Support a local, family-owned business rooted in Sacramento for 30 years. Sharif Jewelers.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, get a free T-check and free exam. Book your appointment today at Revive Sacramento. We know we can help you. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder, thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
All the small things. Bam, boom, boom. Not the song. Have you heard Blink-182's new stuff at all?
Yes.
It's actually good. I was surprised. Maybe it was one of those, my expectations were so dead low.
It's not like this. It's not like, it sounds like Blink-182.
No. Let's see. From the 408s. I'm number one in the number one fan category we were just talking about. This is from the texter at 916-339-1140. I don't throw the text line out enough. 916-339-1140. I'm in the number one group. The number one group was fan that just wants the news, and if there's opining, it tends to be positive and solution oriented. He says, I'm number one without them. My life sucks, Dave. I think it's just better to come up with solutions and not be negative. I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum on how they feel. Look, some people like asparagus, some people don't. Some people can't stand beef. I don't know. I always, compare everything to food. And that's how this person feels. I can't live it. I have to opine. And in years past, for example, or even now, the team's doing stuff that's, I think, is dumb. My job's to call it out and say I think it's dumb or I disagree with it, and then you all yell at me for it or agree. All I'm saying is it's a distraction. Just like there's very little difference between the Eagles and Niners 2 weekends ago and Real Housewives of Orange County or whatever your, Dr. Pimple thingy 600-pound life. They're all just ways to distract us from doing important things. And this is coming from a guy who lives and dies with what the Sacramento Kings do, who, if the Niners do not win a Super Bowl this year, I'll be in a depression for about 6 to 12 weeks. And I don't care enough about the Giants anymore. I am completely, if I'm being perfectly honest, I am so out on baseball. The only reason I even talk baseball anymore is because I have to. Because I literally get paid in the summertime to talk baseball. And, I can't wait for the June, July, August stretch this year where I get to talk about the Giants, the A's, even more fun, and the Summer Olympics.
At least the news with the A's is you don't have to talk about the team. You don't have to talk about how they're playing.
You know what? And Kings fans will completely identify with this. The sad thing is that the Oakland A's are going to be the most interesting team in the Bay Area next year, and it's 100% because of all the off-court stuff. Although I did look up in the Workday app, I think I have something ridiculous, a little bit less after last week, but like 300-something hours of sick days saved up. I'm wondering if I can contract something for the summer and just take the whole summer off. It would be fair to you and Jason, but just take the whole, can I just not work? Can I get my new contract in July? Can I get it to where I would actually take not getting paid? Like if they just save some money, this has been my idea. Don't pay me for June, July, and August. Save the money, put it back in the company. Get us a new coffee maker. And then just replay Kings games in the morning show for 3 months. Who says no?
I have got 313 hours.
There you go.
So maybe I get sick. Maybe I catch something from
Let's contract a disease together, Chris. Let's go. Here we sick. 4 down territory, please. And also, I want to say 100% aware that a grown man is crying on the radio about having to work in an air-conditioned room for 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, and would rather... I completely understand how big of a baby you and I both sound like, especially me. I acknowledge it. But I ain't taking it back. First down, Christopher Lund.
Should the NFL keep the divisional format?
No! I just feel like ranting about this again, just because I haven't ranted about it in a week. This sucks. In what world should Tampa Bay or New Orleans or the Falcons, who are 7-7 or 6-8, I don't think it's going to end up happening in the NFC. You'll have your Lions, your Cowboys, your Eagles, oh my, your Niners, and then some lame team in the NFC South. There's not even really a clear-cut team that's going to get screwed necessarily this year, or somebody will, but the fact of the matter is if you're in a division that sucks, your schedule is automatically easier because you're playing all these teams twice that suck. and then your record still sucks on top of that, you're even worse. But you automatically get a playoff bid over a more deserving team that played a tougher schedule, that actually accomplished more, that has a better record than you. You get an automatic playoff bid, and they go home because somebody drew up divisions. Is there a such thing as NFL gerrymandering? Because I think it's happening. No, dude. Look, you can still keep your rivalries if you want. By the way, rivalries aren't just in division, but you want to keep the Cowboys and Eagles, the Seahawks and Niners, the Browns and the Steelers, or I don't know, whatever. You can still schedule them. There's nothing stopping you from that. Go to an NFC format, go to an AFC format. They should do away with divisions in every single sport.
How are the two Florida teams in different divisions? AFC.
Dude, it's a wonderful question. Probably very similar to when, what was it? It was the Falcons, the Saints, the Niners, and the Rams, I think, were the NFC West up until not that long ago. It's just stupid. And do away with it in the NBA, Western Conference, Eastern Conference. Do away with it in Major League Baseball, American League and National League. They did once upon a time. There's no reason anymore. Nobody's taking a horse and buggy. A lot of it was just geography. The travel was too much. So you kept divisions together so you could play your teams in the region, save owners money, time travel, all that stuff. Or travel time, excuse me, not time travel. Yeah, divisions are stupid, and the only people that still want divisions are either illogical traditionalists or people that know that their team's best chance of getting in is by winning a division title in their crappy division. But it's not good for the sport. Second down.
Apparently, Aaron Rodgers still wants to play despite the Jets being eliminated. Should he?
Well, let's hear what Robert Saleh has to say.
I know Aaron has been fighting his tail off to get back. He wants to play. He's willing to play even if he's not even 100%. And he is fighting like mad to get onto the football field. And like I said, when we get that doctor's note, we'll have that discussion. But I will speak for him and that his desire to play is high.
Look, the hat tip to Aaron Rodgers, full credit. The fact that he's able to come back this quickly is insane. Also credit to the doctors, by the way, and medicine in general. But no. Why? There's no other than ego. And just one of those, like, just to say I did it. I understand the pull, even beyond ego, of Aaron Rodgers being able to say, I tore my Achilles in game one, and I was able to come back and play same season. That's I understand the feather in the cap there. But the reality of the situation is he is an incredibly highly paid, highly coveted NFL quarterback. And the Jets are not in the playoffs. They are eliminated. They can't make it. There's no point to it. There's no point in the risk. You want to play that badly? You know what? Last game of the year, let him come in for a series. Fine. Compromise. You can come in for one series, and then you're leaving. And now you can say you played. I don't know why you'd play him, Chris. That's goofy. Third down, please.
Dallas and Philly are now tied in the NFC East. Who wins the division?
We talked about this a little bit earlier. It's going to be Philly. It's going to be Philly, and barring something crazy, just if no other reason based on remaining schedule. Dallas is at the Dolphins, home Lions, and at the Commanders. Dolphins and Lions, two of the top 5 best records in the entire sport. And the Cowboys suck on the road. The Eagles have gotten all their tough games out of the way. They play the Giants and Cardinals at home, and then the New York Giants on the road. Now, look, stranger things have happened. I completely understand that. I really do. But that's way too much. In the YouTube chat, by the way, Dwayne says divisions give teams that don't have as much as other teams a chance to still get ahead. I would think most people here would love that. If it's a salary situation, maybe. But why do I want a team that isn't as good as another team to get ahead? It should be on merit, not on your geographical location. It's like in fantasy football. Everybody knows this story. you're in 2 divisions in your fantasy football league, and your division's stacked, and you finish the year like 9-6, which would be good enough for first place in the other division, and that entire division's like 8-7, 7-8. You miss the playoffs. They make the playoffs, even though you had a tougher schedule all year. No, nobody. Why? I want people to go to the playoffs based on how good they are and merit and strength of schedule and wins and losses.
What makes it even worse is when the commissioner accidentally drops Brock Purdy, and to make it fair, he picks him back up but doesn't play a quarterback that week and gives a person in your division a free win, which costs you a chance at the playoffs.
Wait, what?
That's what happened.
Your commissioner accidentally dropped Brock Purdy.
Correct.
And then
asked for a vote. Can I get him back? We all said yes. And as a punishment for himself, didn't start him that week.
Did this affect his positioning in the playoffs?
No.
But it affected your position?
My position. I would have made the playoffs, but at least I would have been playing for something, and someone else would have made the playoffs.
Wow.
That did not make the playoffs.
Wow. That's hinky. That's hinky, dude. I would have lost my mind. 4th down, please.
Of the 3 10-4 teams in the NFC, who's the best? Dallas, Philly, or Detroit?
Well, we talked to you a little bit about Detroit earlier. When you look at Detroit's quality wins this year, they had the Chiefs in game 1, and that is it. They have not beaten an above 500 team. They played the Ravens and lost 38-6, the Seahawks 37-31, and they also have losses to the Bears 2 weeks ago and the Packers. Now, when you look at the Cowboys, it's a little bit better. They finally got a win against an above 500 team when they beat the Eagles. But they lost to the Bills 31-10. They lost to the Niners 42-10. Those are the only above 500 teams they've played. Oh, and they lost to the Eagles earlier 28-23. You could argue when they beat the Seahawks were above 500, so we'll give them that one. But the Seahawks, yeah. The Seahawks have wins against the Bucks, the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the Chiefs in Arrowhead, and the Bills. By far the best resume of any of those 3 teams. Yeah, they're the class of that division. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? We'll recap 3 in the key for the Kings and the Wizards, or will we? Because that means I have to remember what it was, don't I? Right?
You didn't write it down?
I did, but then I threw it away.
Okay.
I think it was like, who's the top scorer for the Wizards? A weird stat. And maybe how many points did Keegan have? I don't know. Screw it. We also have a Christmas giveaway as well. We're going to play a song. You're going to finish it. You're going to get a lot of good stuff and more. Don't go away. And don't leave your backyard with frowny piles of poo in there either, by the way. Just don't do it. Ah-ha-ha! Ah-ha! Ah-ha! Did I get you, Chris? I got you. Very proud.
Like once in 500 times.
Broken clock, right? Twice a day. Let's talk about Supreme Source. Super Premium. Dog food, bark, bark. Family owned and operated for 50 years. Yeah. Not beholden to shareholders. The dogs are the shareholders. Organic seaweed gives you easy digestion, high protein, powerful antioxidants, and superfoods that help support healthy digestion and intestinal health. Comes in 6 recipes in 3 sizes, 5, 11, and 22 pounds. 6 interchangeable recipes, meaning you can change the flavor and not have to worry about your dog's tummy freaking out. Rich sources of high quality protein. Made in the USA with the world's finest ingredients. No corn, no wheat, no soy. Boost your dog's immune health. Maintain your dog's intestinal health. Support your pooch's healthy digestion. Where can you get it? Simple, Safeway, Save Mart, Smart and Final, and Winco. Talking about Supreme Source. Super premium dog food. Bark, bark. Do more for your puppy's tummy than a rub it. Who's hot, who's not? And a Christmas giveaway coming up next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Discover your dream home at Subcontractors United, your source for all home improvement needs. A talented team of home services experts is ready to make your projects a breeze. No more endless internet searches. Find your contractors in one place. Enjoy stress-free service absolutely free, with no hidden costs and no accounts to set up. Transform your living space into something extraordinary. Visit Subcontractors United today and experience the joy of hassle-free home improvement. Dream big at subcontractorsunited.com.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
It's Credit Christmas at Prestigio Jewelers. Get the gifts you want this year. Prestigio guarantees your credit up to $10,000. It's easy. Have a valid ID, proof of income, and be 18 or older. Prestigio has competitive pricing on all jewelry such as gold chains, wedding sets, diamond earrings, and designer brands like Cartier, Gucci, Bulova, and Citizen. Rebuild your credit, even with a repo or a bankruptcy at Prestigio Jewelers. This Christmas, come for the credit and be amazed by the selection at Prestigio Jewelers. Online at prestigiojewelers.com.
If there's anything more stressful to me than holiday shopping, it's last-minute holiday shopping. That's why I'm so glad I went to Kohl's. I found great gifts at great prices, like stocking stuffers starting at $3.99 and beauty faves for $25 and under. And with a 20% coupon, I got gorgeous silver jewelry under $20, plus iron Kohl's cash. So if you want less stress and more savings, even at the last minute, you know where to go. Select styles, beauty, coupons do not apply. 20% offer ends September 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Well, Doug Gottlieb has weighed in saying he can think of 15 quarterbacks that would do just as good, if not better, than Brock Purdy in that position. So put on the red nose and dance, clown. Doug Gottlieb has weighed in. Now I know Brock's going to win MVP. Who's hot? Chris Verlod.
It's interesting, and this was not planned at all. Who's hot? Brock Purdy.
Hey, we did not plan that.
After week 15 in the NFL, Brock Purdy ranks, this is how he's ranking in passer rating, first, passing touchdowns, first, touchdown to interception ratio, first, touchdown to attempt ratio, first, yard to attempt ratios, first, yards to completions, first, and he's got the most wins in the league.
Wow. That's a lot of good stuff. But the reason he's good is because of the coaching and who surrounds him. You know, like Patrick Mahomes last year when he has the quarterback whisperer, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce, and a top defense. Or, you know, the Rams the year before with Sean McVay's system and Cooper Kupp and a top defense. Or, you know, the Buccaneers before that with Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski and Mike Evans and a great defense. It is so asinine Like, yes, if Brock Purdy was on the Bears, his numbers wouldn't be that good. That's a fact. I guess you can't win the MVP unless you get traded midseason to the Bears or the Jets or the Giants, and then you make them undefeated. A quarterback is one of 11 people on the field. And, oh, by the way, half the game the quarterback sits down and another 11 people take over. But it is the most important position in sports. Does Brock Purdy need Kyle Shanahan's offense and Christian McCaffrey having an MVP caliber year, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Trent Williams? Yeah, it helps a lot. But then why wasn't Jimmy Garoppolo MVP every year or close to it? It's just the laziest, dumbest take. And I understand if there are some football fans out there that feel that way, because fan is short for fanatic. But people that get paid to be in media who are supposed to educate with their takes, it's just the dumbest thing in the world. Who's not, other than sellout media members with trash takes like Doug Gottlieb?
The Detroit Pistons.
Oh, they're not.
Again?
Yeah. Is this going to be, this is like Kyle's bit we had over the summer with the A's. But I'm fine with it. I didn't like picking on the A's. You can pick on the Pistons all you want.
The Pistons lost to the Hornets, to the Atlanta Hawks. This one was a little bit closer, 130-124. But it is their 24th loss in a row, tied for 4th all-time in the NBA with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
How long do they have to go for?
The record is 28.
Let's see. Hold on. Just real quick. Let's take a look. We're going to decide right now if the Detroit Pistons are going to break the record. So you said they're 4 off?
Yeah, they have 24. The record is 28.
Okay, 24. 28. Let's see here. Because here's the thing now. Also, it's for other teams. Like, you do not want to be that team that Detroit beats.
Like the Lakers with the Spurs.
Uh-huh. Okay, so they host Utah on Thursday. I will put the danger, and I'm going to go 1 to 10. Danger game, 1 to 10. 10 being danger Will Robinson. They could win this game. 1 being there's just no chance. I'm going to put the danger on that at a 7.5. That's a dangerous game. They've got Utah at home. They've got 2, almost 3 full days off. Utah's not that great of a team. Then they go to Brooklyn. I'll put the danger factor to 2 or 3. But then they turn around and 2 days later they host Brooklyn. I'll make that a 7. Then they go to Boston on Thursday, and if they lose there, provided they lost to Utah and Brooklyn twice, that will tie it. They could break the record Saturday the 30th, home against Toronto, before they go out on a 4-game road trip to return home and play Sacramento on the 9th of January. I'm going to say the Detroit Pistons, Christopher Laud, have a 62.5% chance of being the all-time record holders. Watch, they go to Boston and beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that is who's hot. That is who's not. You did some research, and you have your 3 of the key ready? Okay, very good. Get us a bed. Let's go. Let's recap how well or how poorly we did last night. Chris, what was the first one there?
First one was, how many points will Keegan Murray have?
Okay.
And unfortunately, I'm going to have you look at your phone because I'm guessing Jason texted you and you never said what his guess was.
No, did I get anything from Jason yesterday? Maybe I did.
You said you did.
Oh, I did. You're right. Okay, let me pull that up here.
So it was points for Keegan. He had 25.
Yep.
I guess 17. I was way off. Dave, you're 1 off. You said 24.
And Jason Ross guessed 22. Circle gets the square. Carmichael Dave gets the point.
Next one was who was going to have the most points for the Warriors. And how much were they going to have? I said Kuzma 22. You said Kuzma 31.
Jason said Kuzma 27.
Which would be correct, except for Poole had 28 points for the Wizards.
Do we Do we give Jason a point for Nate?
Half a point.
Half a point. All right, half a point.
It doesn't really matter because when you have just a wild guess that's going to happen during the game.
Yeah.
I said Keegan's first shot would be a made three. That was not correct. Jason said there'd be 2 players that missed 2 free throws in a row for the Wizards.
There were no crumble cookies last night.
Dave, you said Domantas Sabonis would get a triple-double, which he did.
Can I just say, I mean, I'm winning anyways at 1.5 points. Or I'm going to take a half point for that. Is it really a weird stat that Domantas Sabonis is going to get a triple-double?
He's only had 3 this season.
Okay, you know what? I'll take the full point then. That's 2 points.
I will say, though, I guessed earlier this season that he would get a triple-double, and he did.
And
so,
he did?
yeah.
Maybe that's the way to go.
So now Jason can't guess that.
We will take a break. When we come back, I said we'd do it at 8:45. I lied. We're going to do it at 9:13 because I want to do Niners at 9 next. 9:13, we'll do our Christmas tree giveaway and a $100 gift certificate from Jiffy Lube. And I want to make it up to you. I'm also going to give you ski tickets, not as the same prize, but at 9:27, right when we get to what to watch, we'll give away lift tickets. When we return, the 9 o'clock hour starts. Niners at 9. Let's look at Brock Purdy's numbers compared to the rest of the league. And should the 49ers sit if they clinch the number 1 seed as early as this weekend? Should they sit players? We'll talk about that. Niners at 9 on your home of the Niners, Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-775-5622. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-775-5622. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-775-5622. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for by Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Red Hawk Resort Casino is an entertainment experience like no other. We're the only place where you can play blackjack, then hop on an indoor car track. We're the only place with more than 2,000 of the hottest slots and a state-of-the-art 18-lane bowling center. And now with a world-class sports bar and a resort hotel to stay after you play. Is it any wonder we've been voted best over 100 times? We're Red Hawk Resort Casino, official casino partner of the Sacramento Kings.
O'Reilly. Cleaning your fuel system can help your engine run better and improve gas mileage. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts and pick up a bottle of Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. On sale now. Buy one, get one free. Plus get 2 times O-Rewards points. Get more fuel-saving tips from the professional parts people at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Just be natural. Try to roll around in it gracefully and not like a puppy.
Maria's photography studio is zooming into a flurry of projects.
Where did I put that memory card?
She needs an assistant to keep business in focus.
Hang on while I change the external flash. Oh,
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
There are many things to love about winter. Cozy sweaters, celebrations, and family time. But winter can also bring many stressors, extra expenses, seasonal bugs, and so much family time. If you and your loved ones are feeling stressed or anxious this winter, Cal Hope can help. Check out our free mental health resource at calhope.org today.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
I've been meaning to do this last couple days. Indulge me for a second using my show for personal benefit. My son never asked for anything. I'm thinking he's in school right now, so I'm thinking of getting him one of those MetaQuest VR thingies. Also, because I'm going to borrow it. But the problem is, and I'm joking about that because I can't, I put on these headsets. And they're such a great idea, and they're super cool. But unfortunately, as a guy who suffers terribly from migraines, VR headsets are not a great idea for me, and I can't wear them for more than 5 minutes. At least I tried the PlayStation one, and I get nauseous. I know that he played on his buddy's one, and I slipped in a secret question a couple months ago. A sly question like, "Hey, dude, did you ever get a sick?" And he goes, "No, I played it for. I love it. It's cool." So I thought, okay, well, he never gets he's always asking for socks and stuff. So I thought maybe I'd get him something fun. If you're on the YouTube chat, or you can text me at 916-339-1140. I have two questions for you. Number one, it's the MetaQuest 3, I think it is, if you have any experience with that or the other MetaQuests, if you know anything about that. And then secondly, most importantly, if I do get it, I just don't know what games, I don't know what are there games you have to start? Is there a must play game? I know it's depending on what you're into, but just that kind of showcases the whole thing. Just shoot those down the line, if you will. Remember, it takes a village. So I'm relying on all of you. You ever done the VR thing before?
No. Yeah. I mean, way back in the day when I was a kid.
Yeah.
When it was super weird.
Wait, what was the VR when you were?
No, not like your. Oh, actually, there was a Nintendo virtual reality.
There was?
Yeah,
I don't remember this.
It was super weird. My friend had it, and it was all red. And there was a tennis game where you play Mario Tennis, and you would play it for an hour, and then you'd get up, and everything is red around you. Probably just murdered my eyes.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's nothing more funny than watching somebody with a headset on doing things, but you're just watching them in reality as they flail around. If I do get it, I'll bring it. If I bring it in, you throw it on. And
100%. But I remember at the state fair, they used to have one to where it was $10 and you got to play for 10 minutes or something.
Really?
But it was Doom, or it wasn't Doom, but it was the Costco version of Doom.
The great value of Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got an Assassin's Creed game I saw, which seems diving off buildings and stuff does not seem ideal if you get motion sickness. The one thing I love, the idea of it is you can, I know there's some ways where you can they'll put you at football or basketball games live, you're sitting courtside.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I think that sounds great. Again, though, can you handle being in a virtual world for that long? Coming up next, in the next segment, we're going to give away Christmas tree, courtesy of our friends over at VR Farms, and a $100 Jiffy Lube gift certificate to winterize your vehicle. Coming up in the 927 segment, we've got a pair of lift tickets to Sierra at Tahoe, followed by Styles and Watkins. 1-800-920-1140 is the phone number. Good morning, Steven. How are you?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Very nice and wet outside this morning. Beautiful weather.
Yeah, let me thank you, Steven. Again, we're live and local, and I think we should take advantage of that from time to time. I just poked my head out during the break. It is pouring outside. I know most of you are probably at work, but if you're going to go out and drive, please remember, just slow down, be careful. Turn your wipers on.
Use your turn signal.
Thank you.
Keep your headlights on.
Thank you. You know the drill, Steven. Don't act like a maniac out there. We want all of you back tomorrow, and there's never a good time to get into any sort of an accident, but I'm pretty sure at the top of the list of bad times is during the holiday season. So if not for you, for your loved ones, please be safe out there. All right, Steven, what's going on?
Okay, so you had MetaQuest questions, and I might be able to at least give you some information. So the MetaQuest 3 just got released. It's by far probably the most. It's got the highest resolution per eye because each eye has a different screen. Unlike the PSVR, which had one screen across both eyes, this one has two different screens in each eye. It doesn't do. It actually might be. You actually might be able to use it because the actual quality of the picture is far better than the PlayStation VR. It's great because you can also use the Quest as a standalone. You don't need you don't need a PC. You don't need
a PlayStation
to have a home base.
Yep.
Or you don't need to have the system or a PC or anything like that. You can use the MetaQuest by itself. The battery life is pretty good. Though there are some companies out there that do have external battery packs that attach to the back of the head, which also kind of distribute the weight on your head a little bit better.
Okay.
I think the Quest 3 is really nice, dude. I use it for my sim rig, so I do a lot of racing and stuff like that in VR, and it's incredible, dude. So if you're gonna shell out for your boy, which who doesn't want to shell out for their kid?
Yeah.
That Quest 3 is definitely the way to go for sure.
Okay.
Over some of the other ones that are out there. PSVR 2 is comparable, definitely comparable as far as screen quality, as far as just the hardware. It's Sony, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Facebook's really got their stuff, on that with that MetaQuest. So good luck to you, buddy. I hope that helps a little bit.
It does. Thank you, Steve. And that really does help a lot as I get into Niners at 9. No, that's very, very helpful, and that reinforces some thoughts I had. And I've got like a guy works at GameStop right now on the text line talking about the killer apps. Thank you, guys. I just want and honestly, I also know there might be some other people out there too considering it. You just don't know. So I'll keep you updated. I got to get permission from the mother as well, but. We'll see. And if that's the case, we'll make some videos in here of Chris and Jason in VR, which will be quite entertaining. Let's get back to Brock Purdy. I understand that we live in a contrarian world, but the need for, and I understand, by the way, where some fans are. Look, if you're an Eagles fan, a Cowboys fan, a Ravens fan, maybe you have you're a fan of a team that has a player in the MVP race and you want your player to win. Or maybe you just hate the Niners. I get it. Where I really get lost. And I don't want to get too hyperbolic here, but it is kind of a statement on society that we're so much more into the salacious, the controversial, the negative, the other side of the coin. Now, I don't think anything should matter other than stats, numbers, and all the things associated with an MVP. But the media should want to elevate the Brock Purdy story. He's Mr. Irrelevant if you haven't heard. He's in his second full season. He is the best story we've had on that wavelength since Kurt Warner. I don't understand the instinctual need for some in the media to tear the guy down. Oh, by the way, He's about as humble an athlete as you could find. He's a pleasure to cover. Dare I say, a role model. Now, none of this should matter ultimately. You shouldn't vote for a guy because he's nice or has a good story. You should vote for a guy because of his numbers. But the accoutrements don't hurt. Here's Brock being asked about who should win MVP.
Brock, you just gave a great description of Christian and what he means to the team. What's your case for him to be MVP?
Dude, I think Christian should be MVP. I really do believe that. You know, he does everything for us, runs the ball well, can catch the ball. He does everything. And so, in my eyes, that's an MVP. You know, I'm the guy that hands him the ball off, and then I turn back and watch, you know, sort of what he does, bouncing off guys, making cuts, twisting off guys when you got all these guys holding on to him. So I just see, you know, the beating that he takes and just his grit to continue to drive his legs and get extra yards and inches, and then goes off to the sideline and he's immediately, you know, using Theraguns and moving his body, just nonstop moving. And so, but we all respect it, man. Like, he's the guy that does it all. And then we put him out in the slot and throw him a ball, and he just does everything. He's smart. And so, you know, like I've said it before, man, we definitely, you know, look up to him and his toughness, and he sets the standard and we follow his lead.
Right now where you're not surprised when he gets 10 yards on a 5-yard block play and 15 on a 10-yard play.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when he does it, it still sort of blows my mind. But at the same time, I'm like, that's Christian. You know, he's done that time and time again. And, you know, to see him continue to do that and then get back in the huddle and then go run a route and catch the ball and have an explosive, it's like, dude, this is crazy. So definitely thankful and blessed to be playing with him.
I mean, Brock makes the best case I've heard so far for Chris McCaffrey being MVP when he was asked about it. No, he should not win MVP because he's a nice person or he's humble or he makes $900,000 a year, which is basically minimum wage in the NFL. I mean, I'd take $900K a year, but you get my point. Plus, he lives in the Bay Area, so $900,000 a year gets him probably a studio apartment, and he has a roommate. None of these are reasons why he should win MVP. Why should Brock Purdy win MVP? Well, because he's really good. We'll start there. He is second in the league in yards. He's about 130 behind Tua Tagovailoa. Let me also add, too, by the way, that Tua Tagovailoa is a great story. I don't want to forget about him. The fact that he was half out of the league last year because of concussions. He's played in all 14 this year, knock on wood. So he's second in yards. He is second in completion percentage. He is first by 1.2 yards. 1.3 over Tua Tagovailoa. He is first in touchdowns thrown and has thrown 7 interceptions. One ahead of Dak Prescott in touchdowns, tied in interceptions. Those are the best numbers. CJ Stroud's the only one that's really even kind of close on ratio, 20-5. Goff, for example, and Josh Allen have 26 touchdowns, 3 behind Purdy, but they have 10 and 14 picks. QBR isn't particularly close. He's 4 points ahead of Dak Prescott with the league lead. Rating is even crazier. He's 13 points ahead of Tua Tagovailoa for the league lead. His team has the best record in the NFL. His team has signature wins, multiple signature victories with him at the helm. 42-10 over Dallas. Let's not forget, went into Pittsburgh, who's 500 right now, to open the season in a game a lot of people thought Pittsburgh was going to win, and they absolutely pantsed them 30-7. But let's just push that aside. Off of the bye in a 3-game losing streak, the only 3 games he's lost all year. They go into Jacksonville, who at the time was the number 1 seed in the AFC, and beat them 34-3. Division rival Seattle in Seattle, 31-13. In Philadelphia, who was 10-1 at the time, 42-19. 42-19 over Philly, 34-3 in Jacksonville, both those on the road, and then Dallas 42-10. Find me 3 more quality wins than that. Jalen Hurts is probably the only one who can participate in that conversation. Put it all together, number 1 seed, best team in football, best record in football, second in yards, first in touchdowns, low interceptions, best in both accepted rating counts. He's the front runner. And the only reason I don't say if you think anything else, you're being either a little bit stubborn or a casual is because I understand the argument for Christian McCaffrey. But Christian McCaffrey's not going to win the MVP. Right or wrong, he's not going to win the MVP. It's Purdy versus the other quarterbacks, and it shouldn't really be a conversation. We'll take a break. Not right now, at least. 3 games left. When we come back, brush up on your holiday jingles. We have a very popular one coming up. All you have to do is finish the line, and you will get a $100 gift certificate to get a Christmas tree from Vieira Farms and a $100 gift certificate from Jiffy Lube. And you can call right now, 1-800-920-1140. That's 1-800-920-1140. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll come back. We'll knock that out. We'll go around the league as well. All on SacktownSports.com.
The push for the NFC's top seed continues on Christmas as the 49ers host the Baltimore Ravens.
Purdy throws for the end zone. It is caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown! San Francisco! The 49ers look to extend their win streak to 7 in a row as they host Lamar Jackson and the Ravens on Christmas night. Game time at 5:15 on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
We are toasting the new year in style with country star Tyler Rich at Gold Country Casino Resort. There's a difference between special guest, the Chain Slack Band, will warm the crowd up. We are counting down to midnight with Tyler Rich. Get your tickets now at goldcountrycasino.com for the biggest New Year's Eve party around. Gold Country Casino Resort. Must be 21 or older.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix. Live and local. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, let's get going. Welcome back. We got prizes to give away and listeners to change their lives. Elliot, what's going on?
What's going on, Carmichael Dave?
Did I get your name right, Elliot?
Eliud.
Eliud. Thank you.
That's
well,
right.
It's important. It's important. You were given a name. It's important to get it right. I care about these things. Are you semi-familiar with Christmas music?
I am.
Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a song, or at least part of it. If you haven't heard this song, you're a complete fraud, and I know you're not, so I know you've heard this. And then you simply, excuse me, have to finish the lyric when the music stops. So is that clear? You understand?
I understand. And if I cannot finish the lyric, just let it play.
If you cannot finish the lyric of this song, Eliud, your Christmases will be cursed for the rest of your life. That's how confident I am you're going to get this right. And if you can't, we have bigger fish to fry. Christopher Laud. Eliud?
Yes.
Next line, please.
Is it Holy Night? All the time.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm. And you're saying all is calm, holy night. I just want to make sure. No, I want to make sure I heard it right. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, holy night.
Is it something bright, holy night?
All is calm, something bright.
Yeah, and then it's round something virgin. Mother and child. I think that's it.
Yeah. Round something virgin, mother and child.
That's right.
You know,
I think we got to get somebody else.
yeah, I think Jesus is looking down right now and he's very upset with LU. Thank you. And the lawyers won't let me push this to tomorrow. All is calm. Something, something. Something, something. Dark side. Something. Oh, God. I mean, honestly, do any of you blame me for thinking that this was the guy yesterday got Santa Baby. Now, can we play something like, can we pick it up and have them can we do it so he doesn't have to do the same line? Like, can we just start playing it and then stop it? You know what? I'll take the heat. I'll take the heat. Chris, let me take you off the hook. I am commanding you through the power vested in me, despite your objections, to just pick it up and then stop it after a couple lines. Let me get the next caller here that hopefully will not fail my Christmas spirit. Dwayne, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, dude?
I'm good, thank you. I heard it. I was like, wait, they're singing Silent Night? What's up with that one?
Yeah, we're going to give you a crack at this for a Christmas tree and a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. So listen up, same rules. Chris Roulotte's going to play another part of this song, and you just fill in the line, okay? Sound good?
I'll give my best shot.
Oh, okay, Dwayne. Well, Dwayne, give it my best shot. Do my best, okay? I don't trust your best. Do my best. Chris, roll the tape, please.
Okay. Miles.
Yes! Sleep in heavenly peace. Bring it home. Sleep in heavenly peace. Congratulations. Thank goodness gracious. Dwayne, you've won yourself a $100 gift certificate to Vieira Farms to grab yourself the absolute perfect Christmas tree and a $100 gift certificate to winterize your vehicle participating Jiffy Lube locations. Hey, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Thank you, Dwayne.
Okay. What do I need to do? Just
hold the line, and Chris Verlot will take care of you, okay? I'm going to put
thank
you on.
you. Most appropriate, thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for listening. Happy holidays. Thank goodness. Elliot really sorry, he threw me for a loop. Was that wasn't okay, that wasn't Dwayne from the chat, hopefully. All right, no, it wasn't. Come on. It's Silent Night. Like, I understand if we played like the second verse, nobody knows. It's like the second verse of the national anthem. Nobody knows that. Everybody should know the first verse of Silent Night. I don't care what creed, color, religion, whatever you are. Everyone had to sing it in school 100,000 billion times. I don't think the original writers had round yon something, virgin, child, and mother. You know, come on, man. This guy I love, though, because he wasn't Googling. He actually knew it, and he sang it along. And that's really how as bad as it went with LEU to start, to finish, it went quite well. And we'll have more opportunities for that coming up later in the week. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, what to watch tonight, we'll clean up some of the subject matter from today. Maybe we'll hear from one more Kings player or coach post-game after the Wizards matchup last night. And then we also have a pair of lift tickets to Sierra at Tahoe. It's Carmichael Dave. It's Christopher Laud. We'll be right back right after this.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division title, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He stopped the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Welcome to your Tuesday. Soggy start. We will have showers on and off again throughout the day. Some of those bands heavier at times, especially late afternoon to early evening. Highs today in the low 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's Kia's season of giving back at Folsom Lake Kia. Get low year-end prices and payments, plus low finance rates and even zero down deals with approved credit. Shop Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 20 years.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game and high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. Offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Juice and Mo. Make this Christmas unforgettable by shopping at our friends Sharif Jewelers.
Do you even remember what you thought last Christmas?
No.
Well, you got to make this one memorable.
Okay.
Make sure to go into Sharif Jewelers. You can get diamond studs, tennis bracelets. There's so many classic, timeless pieces that can be worn every single day. Available in both lab-grown and natural mined.
In so many different price points. So don't go anywhere else this holiday season. Support a local, family-owned business rooted in Sacramento for 30 years. Sharif Jewelers.
O'Reilly. Cleaning your fuel system can help your engine run better and improve gas mileage. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts and pick up a bottle of Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. On sale now. Buy one, get one free. Plus, get 2 times O Rewards points. Get more fuel-saving tips from the professional parts people at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Just be natural. Try to roll around in it gracefully and not like a puppy.
Maria's photography studio is zooming into a flurry of projects.
Where did I put that memory card?
She needs an assistant to keep business in focus.
Hang on while I change the external flash. Oh,
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Does your dog leave frowny piles of poo around the yard? Did you know that a solid poo is one of the best indicators of your dog's gut health? Supreme Source Super Premium Dog Food is made with organic super seaweed and other powerful antioxidants, supporting a healthy digestive system. Real protein is always the first ingredient, plus a blend of essential vitamins and minerals to help support your dog's overall health and well-being. Do their digestion a solid. Literally. Find Supreme Source Premium Dog Food at Safeway, Safe Mart, and Winco, or a local grocery store near you.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Weezer. Bringing us back. One of the best songs. Weezer would surprise you every once in a while, like a really good rocker. And then they go back and do, the sweater song.
Or they just start doing covers.
Yeah, I don't know how many covers I've been more excited for than Weezer's cover of Africa by Toto. And I don't know how many covers I've been more disappointed in than Weezer's cover of Africa. I was expecting it to be Weezer's cover of Africa, an iconic song. Some say the greatest song ever written. I don't. It was like Weezer rolled, and that's his name, Weezer, rolled into karaoke and sang Toto's Africa. There was no Weezering on it. There was no Weezer riff on it. Like Disturbed did Sounds of Silence, one of the best covers of all time. They made it their own. They took an iconic song and made it their own, and dare I say, in some circles, better. Certainly more powerful. Yeah, Weezer just did Weezer's karaoke version. From the 209, Silent Night is probably the worst Christmas song of all time. Hard disagree. I'm not saying it's one of the best, but
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
yeah, that's just every year I hear that. It's just dumb. I don't know. Oh, Holy Night's my favorite, but I get it's not for everybody. What is it? The chestnuts roasting on that's a good one. That's about it. There's no other good Christmas songs. Will you put Christmas carols on at any point in your car or at home?
No.
No. What about on Christmas Day?
No.
No. Why is that, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1-800-920-1140. We'll take the fifth caller. Pair of lift tickets to Sierra Tahoe. Sacktown Sports is teaming up with Sierra Tahoe. Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. Over caller number 5. You want a pair of lift tickets and experience Sierra at Tahoe this winter. Before we get to crosstalk and celebrity birthdays in the next segment, let's hear from Deebo Samuel, who was on television and says that the Niners are still leaving stuff out there.
As we continue to stack these days, stack these games, stack these wins, we still not playing to our best potential and still leaving stuff out there on the field. And that's things that neither you know or people out there know. It's just like within the building, like things that we know we have to work on for. It's like just little things of one block here with Spring Christian free probably like 3-4 more times, or a block here would have got Brock a little bit more time in the pocket to throw another ball. It's just like little things like that.
That's fantastic. Whether that's accurate or not, I'm going to take him at his word. But the fact that they're even thinking this way, that they could do more, and that more involves blocking, I think that might be my favorite thing about this year's 49ers team. The wide receivers take such pride in their downfield blocking. And if someone isn't blocking downfield, they self-police hard. Like, it shows up in film, and the other guys are brutal about it. You are expected to follow the play, or lead the play, I should say, and block downfield. It's almost like the NFL's version. I mean, it really is the NFL's version of assists. Everybody wants to score, but if you're sharing the ball and you get this trust that if you pass it, you'll get it back, that matters, whether it's the NFL or whether it's basketball. Speaking of, Will Z Stats on Twitter, great follow. The Kings are 11-0 this season when they have 30 or more assists. They had 35 assists last night. 28 of those 35 came from Sabonis, Monk, Fox, and Keegan Murray. Of course, Sabonis with 12. 11-0. So what does that tell you? Just get at least 30 assists every night. Get at least 30 assists every night, and you'll be fine. Keegan Murray on the season has 16 points, 5.7 boards, is shooting 36.7% from beyond the arc with 7 attempts a game, but is also now at a plus 2.4 defensive expected plus minus. I won't get into what EPM is so we don't nerd out. If you're a nerd, you know what it is. If not, just it's a way to measure defense.
Dork.
I know. He's 14th in the NBA right now. Would you say 14th in the NBA is elite? I would. So is it okay to, can we start calling what is the benchmark to calling Keegan Murray an elite defensive player? I would think making one of the all defensive teams might be it. That might be it. Do we have to go that far? I want to know when we're allowed to call it Keegan. What is the benchmark? What are the rules calling Keegan Murray an elite defender? By the way, the Sacramento Kings are currently 17th in defensive rating in the league. That's 17th out of 30 teams. They are darn near middle. They are almost average. Last year, the Sacramento Kings in Mike Brown's first year were 24th in defensive rating. The year before that, the Sacramento Kings were 27th. So they have gone from 27th to 24th to 17th, where they currently stand, having played the third toughest schedule in the NBA. That works out to a net rating of 14th because offensively they are 13th in net rating, or offensive rating, excuse me. That's pretty good. That's very good. 4th in the league in assist to turnover ratio. Just going to nerd out with you a little bit. 5th in the league in assists. Maybe get that rebounding up a little bit. 8th in pace. So the numbers are starting to pay off a little bit for Mike Brown and the investments he's made and this team has made in improving defense. And that is what makes you a team to watch come playoff time. That is what will help you in nights the shots aren't falling, and those nights will come. That's what helps you stay in games, and that's what helps you win games you shouldn't. What to watch tonight? The Grizzlies and Pelicans in New Orleans. New Orleans favored by 6.5. It is the return of Ja Morant. The Grizzlies are 6-19. Boy, do they have a road to climb. Hill, I should say. The 4-21 Spurs visit the 19-7 Bucks. Christopher Laud, Milwaukee is favored at home over the Spurs by
14.5.
16.5. Well done. I like this game. Celtics are visiting the Warriors. 20-5 Celtics, 12-14 Warriors. Boston is favored by
4.5.
5.5.
Ooh.
You're pretty close on these. And then finally, Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns without Bradley Beal. They go up to take on the Portland Trail Blazers at 6-19. Blazers are just 2-9 at home. Phoenix is favored by
9.5.
7.5. You were within 2 or 1 on each one. Other than that, it's Tuesday. What the heck else is there to watch? This is like the dead night. This is where maybe bust out a Christmas movie.
Yeah, Jason, you better be watching Scrooge tonight. I did my job. I saw 2 movies.
You know you did. You did. And I even watched Scrooge with the kids on Sunday. They thought it was okay. They didn't hate it.
Jerks.
That's what I was saying. I forgot all about, what's that guy's name? Buster Poindexter?
Oh, yeah. The taxi driver.
I forgot.
It's a door. It's a bone.
I completely forgot about him. He's 73 years old. You know, he was a thing for a second.
He was in a punk band, right?
Yeah. His real name is David Johansen. He's a singer, songwriter, and actor. He is best known as a member of the seminal proto-punk band, the New York Dolls. He's also known to work under the pseudonym Buster Poindexter and for playing the ghost of Christmas Past in Scrooge. So you remember how he looked in Scrooge, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is him at 60.
So he was the bad guy in the movie Mr. Nanny with Hulk Hogan. Where he was in a terrible accident and had a metal plate on top of his head. But the fun part about it was he wrote the song for the movie, which was originally called Rough Stuff, and they changed it to Mr. Nanny. So at the end of the movie, like everyone's happening, it's just him going, rough stuff. Also in that movie, Mr. Nanny, there's a scene where it's like a background scene, like Hulk Hogan's riding his motorcycle, and there's a person that just throws the dog into the water, like not nicely, just
not like Anchorman style.
It looks like a guy getting rid of a dog.
Mr. Nanny, 1993, an hour and 24 minutes, starring Hulk Hogan as Sean Armstrong.
Look at Mr. Nanny dog.
And Sherman Hemsley, Mr. Jefferson, was also, he played Bert Wilson. And Brutus the Barber Beefcake was also apparently in the movie as well. Mr. Nanny Dog?
Yes.
All right, I'll do that during the break when we come back. Oh, Jesus. Wait, hold on a second. Hulk Hogan's Mr. Nanny accidentally filmed a person throwing a dog into the river, and since no one noticed this, it's in the movie?
Yes.
Wait, this wasn't a part of the movie? I missed that whole thing. Hold on. They accidentally...
It's just in the background.
Some guy in the background threw a dog in the river? Okay, I need to watch this. We'll take a break. When we come back... Jesus, Chris. When we come back, Crosstalk with Styles and Watkins, Celebrity Birthdays next.
The 49ers have secured their playoff berth, and now they chase the NFC's top seed.
Purdy out of the shotgun, looks left, throws end zone. Caught! George Kittle in the back of the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Check out all the 49ers games with Greg Papa and Tim Ryan.
On your home for the playoff-bound 49ers. Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Winter is coming. I know you know that, but are you prepared to keep your family warm all season long? At American Energy Heating and Air, their goal is to exceed your expectations of the heating and air industry by valuing the customer experience and making your home comfort system as efficient as possible for the most value. So book your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. Prevent dangerous gas leaks. Extend the life of that furnace and save on your energy bills. And here's the guarantee. This isn't a sales call. They're not getting in the door so they can try to sell you a bunch of stuff. No, they're just going to do what they say they're going to do. Call today to schedule an appointment at 916-520-9990 or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Get your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. 916-520-9990. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS Get Here Now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricket and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era, and I am glowing up.
I'm going to go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricket and get the all-new Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax to its sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See quickandwireless.com for details.
As we come together to celebrate the end of this long, long year, Stockton Honda has savings to bring us all cheer. Happy Honda Day savings and selection galore. Stockton Honda's online express purchase and great people give you more.
Save on 400 new Hondas at Stockton Honda during Happy Honda Days. Shop in person or online with our express purchase option.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than freshly baked and home-delivered crumble cookies.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey, welcome in, everybody. How you doing? We're all situated. Yes. We were just having an off-air conversation about subjects to and to not be covered today. Boy, Chris not read the curveball I was throwing him. That was something else.
Yeah, should have done it on air.
Should have had that conversation on air. I'm just incredibly uncomfortable with it. I did open the show talking briefly about Rashard Mendenhall's comments that have blown the internet up, and paraphrasing what he said, but he was mad at the media,
right?
White media,
yes,
and the way they covered the sport, and then suggested that there should be white versus black Pro Bowl and who would win. And as I explained to Chris earlier, like, it's incredibly divisive, and there's just no real win. But I'm a sports guy, so I immediately started doing rosters yesterday, like 900,000 other people did. I will just say, like I said, I will give the top line to my conclusions. Boy, we're screwed in the secondary. Yeah, we're screwed.
Yeah.
We're going to have to play
Slim
zone.
The last guy was Jason
Sehorn, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, cornerback, maybe we could get away at safety. Like, we've got kickers and punters.
Right. Got those on lock.
And thank God Christian McCaffrey's in the league.
Oof, yeah. Not enough people talking about that.
Other than that, the only other thing I can think of is, we go Cooper Kupp,
right?
Adam Thielen. I almost feel like you got to bring a tight end over because we got Kelsey and Kittle and all that.
Yeah, you got a lot of tight ends too.
Right. And I feel like your other squad could overcome the lack of kicking by just basically going for two every time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think
pull Marquette King back out.
I
love Marquette.
Pull Marquette King back out just to punt.
Yeah.
And then I think who's stopping Tyreek Hill?'s stopping
that's a problem
for anyone already? Much less exactly. So,
I have the Alan's doing the math.
Well, no, because you see the tweet and then you see all the reactions of Will Compton, who
Pat
with the boys.
Yeah.
They're all just making a joke out of it, and that's fine. I'm completely fine with it. But so I'll just read the tweet.
Yes, read the tweet.
Rashard Mendenhall. I'm sick of average white guys commenting on football. Y'all not even good at football. Can we please replace the Pro Bowl with an all-black versus all-white bowl so these cats can stop trying to teach me who's good at football? I'm better than your GOAT.
That
is so confusing.
I didn't understand.
So
does he want a media game?
You're right. Does he want a media game?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Or is it a media game, or is he saying that the guys that you are, I guess, treating better or have ranked better than some other guys because they're white?
Yes.
Let's play them, but we're
very confusing.
Very confusing because the only position I feel like that happens a lot would be quarterback. So
the times have changed on quarterback from when we were kids.
Right.
Full on.
You just got to give. I think it's funny because of the lack of context,
Right.
but it's also just confusing. We probably shouldn't think too hard on
Yeah.
Also, where has Rashard Mendenhall been?
No, he's
like
just
this
taken
is the
off.
first that you said. You told me when I walked in, you were like, "Did you see what Rashard Mendenhall said?" I said, "Wait, the running back."
Yeah, it's been a while.
What prompted this?
He was obviously watching something, and somebody said something. I actually hope somebody gets into the backstory. He's like, what prompted this tweet, and who was it?
And if we really want to go there, me and Chris a couple days ago, when everything came out with the Cam Newton thing, we talked about the media and how the media is changing. I guess when you look at the different sports, football is probably one of the sports where the most players are. Football and basketball, the player podcast, the player media is all over the place.
Yes.
So they're really not too. I mean, they're starting to get these older guys out of the paint. Whether you just punted like McAfee or whoever.
Yep.
So who are you? I don't know what was going on here.
I love the way media is going, and that's bad news for us because we're not professional, former professional NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball athletes. But like we talk about Draymond Green all the time. His podcast fascinates me. He is a wonderful broadcaster and is the heir apparent to Charles Barkley on TNT, and I think he'll do very well in that role. But you look at guys like Ryan Clark. There's even you talk about baseball, but former Will Clark does a podcast.
I just saw this.
Eric Burns, and Micah Parsons. We were playing stuff off of his podcast earlier. You have active athletes in season doing all the smoke. With our guy Matt
Travis
Barnes.
Hunter has his own podcast now. Like even
the
college
Kelsey
kids.
brothers, right? Yeah, exactly.
I think the same thing will happen. I think that it'll be survival of the most entertaining.
Yep, I agree.
Because whether you played or not, because I think that they're all going to scratch different parts of the sports fans back.
Yeah,
that's how I
agree.
feel.
No,
but I will
put
say
it.
that Micah Parsons, it's not good. That's one of the worst podcasts I've ever.
The
heard
Micah
of.
Parsons one.
It's terrible.
To be fair, all I've ever played are 30-second clips.
That's all I can deal with.
Okay.
That's all I can deal with. So to that point, when Draymond says, "Oh, new media," I've always felt that Draymond was actually selling himself short. Draymond, you're not the first person to want to do this. Right. You're just really good at it.
Yes.
So the idea that you guys are going to take over, not everybody's like you, Draymond. A lot of guys are bad.
Absolutely.
It's bad. Just like normal podcasters, whether you played or not.
And I still think you're always going to need your Ernie Johnsons, your Kurt McAfees, your Mark Joneses, your Joe Bucks.
Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson. I love Gus Johnson. I'm an MMA guy, though. So
I love.
Gus could call the Yellow Pages.
You want to hear something?
Yeah, please.
In the swamp, Carmichael Dave, he drops back. That's my Gus Johnson.
That is the most mellow Gus Johnson you'll ever hear.
That's setting up the play.
Exactly what happened.
It's setting up the play.
He dropped that on me and was like, "Hey, I got this Gus Johnson," and I was like expecting something. Oh my god!
Nope, he's
and he
building.
just does that, and I'm like,
Gus,
we're always in the swamp.
Yeah,
always in the swamp.
Always in the swamp or desert.
Gus Johnson could call like a wedding or something, and it would be like the most insane thing you've ever heard.
After
in your
10 years, we popped the question.
Today is National Oatmeal Muffin Day. Does anybody care about oatmeal muffins? I've never had an oatmeal.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Oatmeal's underrated, though.
I agree with you. Oatmeal is
disagree.
Oatmeal is a fine breakfast.
Oatmeal is
very
rated.
Yeah, a cold day like this, you get some
Yes.
oatmeal, some honey in it.
You ever do
It's
it?
properly rated.
Have you ever done overnight oats?
Yes,
Not
bad.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's a little sad, but
it's not gonna, you're not gonna jump up and do a flip or anything.
Porridge makes me feel like I'm in a gulag or something.
Yeah, porridge.
It's 6 to your ribs. It's like the old days.
So if you're at a diner, do you order oatmeal?
No.
But at home, it's a different
You ever
story.
had cream of wheat?
Yes.
Does any of that sound like porridge, cream of wheat,
maybe
oatmeal?
maybe
Does any of that inspire?
Hey,
like
back in my day,
that.
that's what got us through.
Honestly, Maltameal. Where's Maltameal? No one has Maltameal anymore.
I like grape nuts too.
There's nothing. Warm grape nuts. There's nothing wrong with that.
Is this what happens when you have kids?
Yeah, pretty much. You're like,
you don't even buy the oatmeal; it just shows up in your kitchen.
It's just there, and you sit around, and you turn to your significant others and just randomly apropos. Yeah. You're like, grape nuts are underrated. They are. Today is also National Hard Candy Day. Okay.
More of a soft candy guy.
Are you?
Yeah.
The hard candy's not doing it for you.
Really.
Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than crumble cookies. Let's see, 53. Oh, we're already, how much time do we have here?
2 minutes.
Okay, Chris Rolland.
We had Domantas Sabonis get a triple-double. He said it was for his dad for his birthday.
Yes.
So Arvydas Sabonis is how old today?
Oh, he's 62. By the way, I feel like the chant is still there. It's just hanging on a thread.
I heard a lot of O's last night.
Yeah, I hear it through the TV, but
it's faint.
We
need a cheer card.
We need a bouncing ball just a couple
There
of
needs to be a supporter section.
Yes. Yeah. He's 65. I had it 3 years since my last.
I'm 64. Well, he's 64.
I'll go 60.
Chris, you're the winner, 59 for Arvydas Sabonis.
Whoa. Not my Vetus, not your Vetus. He's our Vetus. Back to you.
Next up, Alyssa Milano. How old is she today?
Oh, Alyssa Milano.
National
I just needed that moment to myself. The young Carmichael Dave. That was one of the number one crushes. She's probably 54.
Yeah, she's around there. 51.
58.
You got a right answer. Alan, 51 years old.
You're young.
Good job.
Next up, former NFLer, Warren Sapp.
I got a quick question. I just had an existential moment. I need to go around the room. Now that I have a 16-year-old daughter, these things keep popping up. Now listen, I had a crush on Alyssa Milano when she was on Who's the Boss, and I'm younger than Alyssa Milano. But now that I'm far older than Alyssa Milano was on Who's the Boss, is it okay to remember fondly my crush from when I was 9, or is that weird?
No, it's not.
I don't know what the rule.
Because when you're imagining it, you're still 9.
And they're still older than you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like Tiffany or Amber Thiessen.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Topanga.
Yeah.
Topanga.
Who was the birthday? Sorry.
Warren Sapp.
Warren. Raider great.
Miami Hurricane. Warren's 52.
Yeah, he's around there. He's 49.
53.
He said
52,
49,
53.
Right in the you, Dave, 51.
Hey, look at that.
Same age as Alyssa Milano.
I'm guessing a little bit of Kings today.
A little bit of Kings today, yes. And we heard you talking a lot of Niners as well. We'll get into some Niners. I created my list of actual QBs.
I saw that.
I do think
I saw that.
Could do what Brock does. It's not a big list.
It's not a big list. You're not going full Doug Gottlieb.
No.
That's okay.
Never go full.
Never go full Gottlieb. Well, for everyone else on the show, we didn't have any guests today, did we? All right, so for Chris Rolland, I'm Carmichael. Dave Stiles and Watkins are next. Light the beam. Bye-bye now.
Can the Niners build